What's up, everybody? This is your boy Billy of Gates, aka Steamin' Billy Beeman. With This Is Your Fantasy Pod. Oh, this ain't This Is Your Fantasy Podcast. This is TIYF presents Game Time. My fault, yo. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm here with my boys, Slick Vic, the ruler,
What's
over here to
up?
my right. We got Fantasy Guru Jose to my left.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you fellas doing tonight, yo?
Doing great.
Yeah. You guys ready to have some fun tonight?
Yep.
Got a lot to talk about.
Let's get it.
I mean, we got some
Football season's in full swing.
Yes, sir. Week 2 just kicked off between the. I mean, we're gonna get there, but the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I'm saying? We got some fantasy tips for you at the end here. I mean, and then we got a few topics, man. We gonna keep that same energy that we had from last week, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a new little look for you guys. We're trying something out. You know, we trying to step our game up to be like ESPN. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. How was y'all weeks, man? Talk to me. What's up with you, Vic? How was everything?
It was great, man. It's just glad to be back in, the routine of Sunday, just dedicated to all the football. Love it.
Can't complain. Only thing that hurt me was the fantasy.
Oh, yeah,
2
same
for
here.
5. Other than that, great, man.
2 for
Niners
5.
won. 2 or 5 horrible failed. But Niners won. Loved
I went
it,
11
dominated.
for 4 in game picks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that too. I forgot about that. Yeah, game picks. How'd you do in fantasy?
Let's not talk about that.
So yeah, again for the TIYF league, and I think we're doing it in fantasy family too. So the person that has the least amount of points each week has to give up $10, and that pot goes to the person that scores the most fantasy points, not the champion. So at the end of the regular season, the person with the most fantasy points scored gets the pot. I think it was like $180 or something like that.
I unfortunately got the first week of the least amount of points.
He scored 50
Did he?
points.
59, bro.
59
Bro,
points.
Bengals, Jamar Chase had like nothing. Lamar had a
He
horrible
started
game.
Rashad Penny
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Rookie mistakes.
No, it's not a rookie mistake. I just didn't have no running
You should have
backs.
just left it.
I had no running backs. Alvin Kamara is suspended. I had yeah, that's about it.
Just the way he drafted,
You
yo.
better off starting a fullback, my boy. You
Yeah,
good.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. But
That's what it is.
yeah, no, tonight we they talking in the chat. But hey, I want to shout out to the Truth in the chat. We got Slammy in the chat. We got Damien in the chat. Who else is
Can you
up
put
here?
that up?
We got a few people in the chat tonight, man. Hey,
Shout out to
salute.
Jimmy G. One time got a dub on the Raiders. I hate to say it, but they got a little dub, and the Cowboys, they skunked this little divisional rival there.
Yeah.
Bro, did you guys see
Weekend.
that game? What was up? Fumble after fumble after fumble. Saquon.
That's what I'm
was a
saying. That's
fumble.
not sustainable though. Like that like that type. You're not gonna get turnovers like that every game. I don't know why. I mean, Cowboys shouldn't be too delusional about it. They're not the best defense in the NFL. We'll get to that later though.
We'll get to it, but that was a.
It was a great game by them.
The Cowboys did look good, Slammy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, they did look good.
Yeah.
But again, the Giants. I think it's week 1, man. I know a lot of people like to jump to conclusions. For me, for one, I got a team that I jumped to a conclusion, but they looked way worse than
They're
the
not
Giants,
the
and that was the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's all
But
y'all.
make sure you
All
get
y'all
that.
Fields lovers, man. I try to tell you, he's not that great. Yeah, them legs look good when he's running 100 yards, but
He has
he is not. That team looked horrible.
no arm.
It was
no
over with in the
nothing.
fourth quarter. They started driving, but that game was over with a long time before
Oh,
that.
for sure.
You'll see week 5 who's the best defense. Yo.
But
Nah,
I
you
mean-
see who the best team is.
Well, yeah.
Week
Well, I
5.
mean, by far we got the best. They don't got no. I mean, what did the offense do
for what team?
for Dallas?
I mean, they didn't have to do.
They didn't
nothing.
have to do, but you can't say they're not going to try to do
But
nothing.
you can't really say that because what did Jimmy Garoppolo do most of the time when he was on the 49ers, bro? You know?
Exactly. That's going
So,
to
I mean,
my point. You
it's
can't
a
say
team
we don't
sport.
have a. We have way more. We're way better
It's-
offense than Cowboys offense.
Not with Jimmy.
No, we're not talking about right now with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, no, it's a new year. You know, we look good. I mean, but
we
you
look the
can't-
same as we did last year
But you can't
with Brock
when
Purdy.
it's a team sport. The Cowboys really didn't have to do anything. It was a rainy game. It was looking ugly out there. But you know what I'm saying.
True, but we've seen what happens when Dak plays our
It's
defense.
only, but it's week 1, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Week
I'm
1.
just
It's
saying.
week 1. You know, we got a lot of weeks left, man, and by week 4 we're gonna really know what's popping. But let's get to this Thursday night football recap. You ready to bring us in for? I'm gonna bring us in on this one. But yeah, Thursday night football recap. We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Minnesota Vikings, man. And I'm a I'm gonna read off all the stats, but you want to make sure that everybody knows what we're talking about. Mr. Ant, you got to bring it up on that screen too for us. Appreciate you. Appreciate
Philly
you.
not looking like Philly last year. That's for sure.
Well, and while we're
They
waiting,
had a run game though.
and what?
yeah.
So Damien says that Dak is riding that defense deep into the playoffs. Hey man, I bet.
When have we ever heard? When's the last time Cowboys were deep in the playoffs? Come on.
Hey, just so you know, the Paul said, "Relax." It was the Steelers.
Relax. It was the Giants.
Stop it.
But he's a Raider fan.
Yeah, he's a Raider fan. That's good.
But all right, man, we're gonna get to this Thursday night football, man. We had again Philadelphia Eagles versus the Minnesota Vikings, and scored 34-28 in what seemed to be a turnover fest. I mean, it started out the first quarter started out a little crazy. Jalen Hurts looked like he was trying to force some of those throws, got a pick. Then on Minnesota side, they could not hold on to the ball for anything. I mean, you got Justin Jefferson, you got Madison. I mean, Madison didn't even look good this game, but so between
Past two games, but
yeah, but the thing was the passing stats for both of these quarterbacks are completely different from what that game looked like. So Jalen Hurts on the winning, on Philadelphia Eagles, 18 for 23, 193 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But Kirk Cousins, 31 for 44, 364 yards passing, and 4 touchdowns and 0 INTs, man. He balled out. They still took the loss.
he had a costly fumble.
I was about to fumble.
But I mean, his tackle got obliterated.
The Vikings just have no defense. Their defense is trash. It was trash last year.
And then so this goes to the rushing game. So on Viking side, Madison 8 carries, 28 yards, could not carry the ball for his life. But Philadelphia, they came out the gates, or not really out the gates, but probably like after the interception, they figured out what they could do against this Minnesota team, and that was run the ball. DeAndre Swift, a name that we always hear about, that he's supposed to be a star in Detroit, been injured consistently. 28 carries, 175 yards, 1 touchdown, and he's back in his hometown. He grew up, that's where he went to high school and all that stuff. I mean, shout out to DeAndre Swift, and shout out to all you fantasy owners who was able to get him off the waivers this week. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, I think, was the difference maker.
Swift
was
never
that
on
run
waivers.
game.
People picked him up middle rounds for sure.
No. He was on waivers in the TIYF league. Somebody dropped him. And Ant got him for
$100. Spent his whole waiver.
Yeah, I see why.
Yeah, true.
Gosh, whoever dropped him,
especially after he got that touchdown at the end, it was.
Hey, if you get ran on, that's over 200 yards rushing on the day. So if you get ran on 200 yards, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll be doing 2 days for my squad. You gotta start practicing 200 yards on the ground.
Yeah, and did you see some Minnesota's coach? I seen the little press conference that he did. He said that with a game like this, he's giving his guys the weekend off. He said that the coaches are going to be meeting up all weekend, and they're going to go through all 8 quarters and break down what can be worked on. They said that he said specifically there's a few different areas that they are going to focus on. And hopefully next week they come back and
let's remember, this is the same Vikings team. They were negative in point differential last year. They made the playoffs, and then they literally went 11-0 in 1-score games. You can't. That's not something that happens every. They could have easily been one of a starry team, like not make the playoffs last year.
Good point. And the momentum in that game changed. We'll get to it later. But that goal line fumble.
Yeah.
I mean. They were doing.
That's true.
They were moving that ball all game, but I mean that was a costly.
I mean, they're Eagles 2-0, but the last 2 games they've been bailed out. If you look at it, Mac Jones, that Patriots one too. What was it? He caught it out of bounds at that last.
Oh, against the Patriots.
Yeah,
they came down to the wire.
Yeah, they came down to the wire and off of plays that could have easily went the other team's way and won them the game.
Yeah, but this is again.
It's a game of inches.
we kind of figured this out about the Philadelphia Eagles. They were gonna look different. The
Mm-hmm.
defense is completely different.
Right.
I mean, that line is
Lost half
a
their
lot younger.
starters.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So obviously it was different, but they are still.
Super Bowl hangover.
They are not even that. I feel like they're 2-0. I mean, what kind of hangover is it? I mean, they're getting wins. At the end of the day, all you're out there to get a win, right? So as long as you start the season off right, you're 2-0. I mean, they don't look the best, but they do look decent. And the thing is, I think Jalen Hurts, he's still trying to make a lot of plays happen with his legs
Mm-hmm.
rather than use his arm when we know that he should be using his arm more than his legs. And
It might be the whole thing of the contract too. You know, a lot of people try to do too much when they get a big contract like that. Try to live up to that.
I mean that's very possible. But
Can't
I
be
mean,
no money if you're hurt.
you got
Yeah.
you got you got two with damn near all pro wide receivers and AJ Brown and Devonta Parker or Devonta Smith. Sorry,
Devontae Smith.
who
Yeah.
looked very very good.
Yeah.
Devontae looked
Smith.
really good. What did he have?
Yeah.
He was 4 for 5. He get 4 receptions, 5 targets, 131 yards, and a touchdown. On the other side, you got Justin Jefferson, who's going
True, man.
batshit crazy.
Hey, Addison though.
Addison is.
Hey, if these guys started clicking, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, Addison only had, I think, it was 3 catches, but one of them was a 60-yard touchdown or
oh
something.
yeah.
I mean,
for
like,
sure. Yeah, it was a ball.
so I'm like, hey, these guys, they could be a wrecking ball for sure in the league.
Justin Jefferson, 11 receptions, 13 targets, 159 yards, but no touchdowns, but 159 yards.
They couldn't have stopped Jefferson. Literally.
And Slay
Yeah.
had
Hey, he was
most of the
going
night.
Yeah.
He was catching up the middle.
Right. He was the
sideline,
only one
down
else
the field,
catching.
it didn't
Osborne was
matter.
over here dropping shit. He was the only one
Hey,
catching.
look,
bro.
look, they got Hawkinson who was doing damage. I mean, they got
Yeah.
a squad. I mean,
Yeah.
that
They got an
defense-
offense, just the
that
defense
defense
is
letting them
terrible.
down right now.
Shout out to Big Hawk. He gave me 20 points
Defense
last
is
night.
letting them down big time.
Yeah, got that touchdown at the end. That was good for
yeah,
you.
You shot me that little 20 spot. I was gonna be happy with 15 points. I said it in the chat yesterday.
Hey, if you can get 10 points from a tight end, hey, you having a good week.
Right.
So to get over 20, shit.
Yeah, no, I think.
Hey,
Yeah,
you better win.
if you don't got Kittle, Kelsey, or Andrews, you'd be happy with that.
But again, at least for us on the podcast, on the TIYF podcast on Tuesdays, we actually have TJ ranked as a tier 1. So we have him up there with the Kittles and the Andrews and the Kelseys. And then after that, there's a really
big drop off. Yeah.
But I mean, a shout out to Philadelphia. They got it done. But if that fumble in the end zone doesn't happen, this is a completely different game. This is an OT game, and maybe Minnesota could have won.
Right.
He fumbled it. Then
It was a
the Eagles
touchdown.
went down and got a little field goal. I think it was a 61-yard field goal at that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean, it really changed momentum for sure.
Yeah.
That was a
yeah,
big
for
swing.
sure.
Big swing in
huge swing.
points.
You make the case Minnesota would have won that game.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So I mean, momentum points wise. I mean, it was for sure the turning factor in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, again, and Philadelphia, they were up quite a bit. I mean, they let the Vikings come back and actually be in the game.
Same as last week, they're up 16-0 and let the Patriots come back.
So it's
becoming a trend.
Maybe second half woes,
Yeah.
things like that. I'm not sure, but how are you guys really feeling about Philadelphia? Yeah, they're 2-0. Yes, they beat 2 teams that, I mean, the Patriots look good. I'm not gonna lie, Patriots look good. Vikings, on the other hand, their defense is atrocious. I don't know what's going on with that, but how do you guys feel about this 2-0?
It's kind of what I expected. I mean, their defense had a high turnover. What they lost half their starters. Hargrave was the corner too. They lost Gardner Johnson
The
too.
Lions.
Yeah, and then if you look at, they had one of the easiest schedules last year too. So not too many. I mean, Jalen Hurts got hurt last year. They're kind of playing to what a lot of Eagles haters.
I mean, I'm
that
not going to hate on them. They went to the Super Bowl,
There's
obviously.
no, they were still a great team. They had the best defensive line, a historic defensive line last year.
Over 80 sacks.
Yeah, but part of that too was Hargrave opening up the middle
Yeah.
to allow Hassan Reddick and all of them to get those sacks.
Shout out to the Niners for opening the bag for him.
Yeah,
one time.
that's what I'm saying. That Hargrave loss was more because now they're like, oh, they drafted Jalen Carter. And
Jalen Carter looked good.
he's good. He
though.
looked good. I'm just saying, but you can't say that's going to completely replace a veteran that's proven in the NFL.
Yeah, but the way that he was playing, it kind of was like, okay, I see why you drafted him so
No, I'm not
high,
saying he's not gonna work. I mean, yeah,
and
he's gonna be
it's
good
kind of already filling that gap a little bit.
a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean
They just look vulnerable.
that that defensive
Yeah.
line looks crazy. The secondary, not so much. I'm not too scared, but that defensive line, what they did to Madison,
Yeah.
8 carries, 28 yards, and he got those 28 yards. What towards in like the fourth quarter, right? Like
Yeah.
he fumbled. They made him fumble. He was like what negative? I think he was like negative 0.5 or one, something like that. In the first half, like for fantasy.
All I want to say is it's not as a stacked of the roster as it was last year, and that's because also they had to pay Jalen Hurts too, so that'll happen. So yeah, it's not the same Eagles team as last season.
You know that the Philly O line is crazy.
Oh yeah, they're
bro.
always gonna be
You see Jason
great.
Kelsey. I was watching Jason. I've never watched the offensive line like really that much, but what I was when I was watching Philadelphia on offense and watching Jason Kelsey, that center, dude, nobody can get past him.
Yeah,
Like nobody. That dude is legit a beast.
yeah, they got the best offensive line in the NFL.
If Jason Kelsey goes down, I don't know what this Philly team does. Like that he's single handedly like giving Jalen Hurts.
He commands that
nobody,
line.
Yeah, nobody comes through the middle.
Yeah,
at all.
They got one of the best O lines. Everybody can agree on that.
yeah, that's without a question.
But it showed when that dude ran for 175 yards up the middle. Down the side.
But let's not forget, this is the
everything.
Vikings defense. This is one of the
Very
weakest
true,
defenses. Yeah.
Very true. But I mean, Gainwell did it last week. Swift did it this week.
Yeah.
So who's the next one's going to do it? I mean, it don't matter who they put back there.
They're not.
Yeah. So I mean, and Scott got hurt.
And Scott got hurt.
So I mean, hey, I mean, they got a whole new set of running backs except for Gainwell and Scott, obviously, but Swift and Penny. But I mean, hey, they're gonna run it down someone's throat.
Oh, for sure.
It's another dynamic.
I mean, I still think they're still a contender, still top. I put it up there, three or four. You could say Eagles, Lions. I'll say Eagles still, obviously benefit of doubt, but they're not the same juggernaut that they were last year.
Well, I mean, not yet. I mean, again, it's only week 2, and we'll see what happens as the season continues. But let's switch to the Vikings because I want to know your guys' take. These guys are 0-2. I mean, they lost to Tampa Bay last week, right? They lost to Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield threw 2 touchdowns.
They're now 0-2. They were 11-0 last year in one-score games. Now 0-2
this year. All you got to win is your division.
Yeah.
Win your division, you get in the playoffs.
Well, they're down. If Packers win this week, they're already down 2 games.
They've been in a little hole, and that's all right. Hey, like I said, it's only week 2 now.
Yeah, it's that defense though.
Make some adjustments. Make a trade if they have to. But hey,
they need a whole roster turnover. That's more than one. They need to make more than adjustments.
Hey, I'm not. Like I said, they have a high flight offense. So
they do. They got weapons.
They just got to put it together on defense. Like I said, as long as you win the division, we've seen teams winning the division going negative.
Yeah. So
I mean, negative record and still get in. So I'm not gonna knock them. Yeah, the point differential that Vic over brought up, it made a lot of sense last year.
Yeah.
They won a lot of games.
Yeah.
Barely.
Exactly.
Barely. They had a horrible losing record.
Right. Exactly.
The ball bounced a different way.
Even if half the way, like you split it, the difference.
And it's too big a tournament on that team for sure. Obviously, I mean, you get the Lions.
Yeah, you got the Lions rising and
stepping up.
Packers don't look too bad.
So hey, so it's week 2. We have a lot to see still in these teams. But I mean, hey, that's how it'll look all year. It's gonna look rough for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. So in that division, they got the Bears, who are also 0-1. They got the Packers, and then who's that? The Lions.
Lions, yeah.
So between the Vikings and the Bears right now, who I think are the 2 bottom teams, who do you think is worse out of those 2?
I still gotta go with the Bears. Yeah, Bears.
Because everybody's high on Fields, and that's great. Fantasy wise, I mean, if you like him, that's great. But I just don't think he has it all.
They don't have the weapons the Vikings have.
Weapons, I mean, the overall team, they just don't have it. I'm not gonna knock him. I mean, yeah, if Fields wants to run.
You see Chase Claypool giving up on routes and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why Steelers gave up on him.
Yeah,
Horrible.
It's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not a question. Vikings are
I
a
mean,
better team than the
fantasy
Bears. Yeah.
and real
Real,
NFL are
it's
two different
different.
things. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I'm
two
saying?
different things. Yeah.
People are so high on Fields. That's great, but hey, it's team. The
You don't
team
got
as
a
a
team
whole.
around him. Yeah, you don't got a team around
It's
him.
not gonna work right now.
Yeah.
He needs a whole lot of weapons.
Right. Exactly.
A better O line.
DJ Moore is not going to cut it.
He was mad. I think he only got 2 or 3 targets. I think he had 2 catches. I think 4 targets, some BS like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably happy he's on the Carolina Panthers, but
it's not like you're going to do something too much better.
So I can't say much about the Bears. They didn't do some more for me to even talk about them.
Hey, so I was watching. Obviously, everybody was watching the game on Amazon Prime. But were you guys watching it on the regular telecast, or were you guys watching it on Prime?
I was watching on Prime.
Prime Vision.
I kind of like it too because they had the little stats on the side too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
On my phone, so
you can even switch on your phone to do the Prime Vision. Yeah. So Prime Vision, if you guys don't know, Prime Vision, they actually show you guys routes. They show you guys the key defensive pieces. They like on certain plays, like I want to say they'll make the receiver like green, so like that's the go-to on that like drive or that down or whatever. So it was pretty cool to watch. I mean, I think towards the end though they stopped like showing a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened, but it was
production crew went home early.
It was pretty cool to watch. I was pretty happy with it. So I mean, I think I'm gonna keep watching it like that week to week. Well, maybe not next week because I won't be at home, but yeah. You guys got any last thoughts on?
We got Niners Giants next week.
Any last thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings versus the Philadelphia Eagles? What do you guys actually? I got one more question for you guys. What do you guys think they do in week 3?
Like the Eagles,
both teams actually. So next week, Minnesota has the Chargers, and then Philadelphia.
That'll be a shootout.
Philadelphia has Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
I think Eagles will beat Tampa Bay. They'll be 3-0, a rough 3-0.
A rough 3-0.
Yeah, that Vikings Chargers one's a little. I'm probably hit with the.
Was the Vikings game at home or the Vikings on the road? I don't know.
I mean, Chargers don't got no fans, so does it really matter? Is it really?
Chargers gave almost 500 yards passing.
Yeah,
to Tua.
That's gonna be a shootout. That's what I'm saying. That's gonna be a shootout.
If Vikings go in there and do the same thing, the Vikings might get the first dub for sure.
Yeah,
Philadelphia
500 yards to Tua.
Yeah,
Philadelphia's at home. I mean, not Philadelphia's on the road and Minnesota's at home.
All right, yeah.
I'll take Minnesota.
I'll take Minnesota.
Philadelphia. I think they'll both get wins next week.
I'll take Minnesota at home for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, and then before
I don't see Philly losing to the Baker Mayfield.
there was 2 long throws between on both teams. Kirk Cousins threw a 47-yarder, and I believe that was the one to Addison for the touchdown, and then Jalen Hurts threw a 55-yarder damn near to Devonta Smith. I keep wanting to say Parker.
Say Miami.
On this, so I mean, you got a couple bombs in this game. How on this Philadelphia team, you got 2, again, like I said earlier, you got 2 solid wide receivers. Which of these wide receivers are the actual WR1 for this team? Is it Smith or is it Brown? In your honest opinion, because I got mine, and I'll give you guys mine while I let you guys stew on that question. I want to say it's actual Smith. This dude is quick. He gets open. I mean, he's a deep threat, but also he can get those little slants and still get the yard after catch. I mean, that kid.
But AJ Brown was
that kid can do
dog,
it all.
though.
Very tall. No, I get. Hey, man, don't get me wrong, but
like he was an elite receiver at the Titans.
He was.
Yeah.
But now you got this kid Smith who's doing damn near all the work. So, in your guys' opinion, who's the true wide receiver 1 over there? Is it still AJ or is it Smith?
That's a good question. That's a tough one.
I'm gonna say the both wide receiver 1s, just whoever has a better day.
Hey, come on, let's not get political. Let's pick a side.
I mean, whoever has a better day. I mean, they're both not gonna go out there and get 160 yards each.
Yeah.
It's not Miami.
So I mean, whoever has the better game plan for who. I mean, on the defensive side, you gotta stop both of them, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard. So whoever's open, I mean, obviously Hurts is gonna get the ball to him.
I gotta go with Brown.
I mean, Brown can do it all.
Yeah, but Brown's been doing it.
Correct. I'm not gonna knock both of them at
Yeah.
all. I mean, I'm gonna say the both wide receiver ones. I think I was just
Yeah.
talking to Ant earlier that a true wide receiver one,
Yeah.
even in fantasy, it's like you name Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Diggs, and they're like true wide receiver ones.
Right.
They're gonna give you 50
You're the
points,
number.
10,
You're the
or
first read, number one option.
Even
Yeah.
Jefferson, he didn't get a touchdown. He still had 150 yards.
Yeah.
yards, yeah.
How many targets?
Yeah.
Caught 11 passes, some BS like that. But and Devonta Smith, he's
They're
getting up there.
both wide receiver ones in the NFL, like wide receiver one talents. But bro, AJ Brown's been an elite receiver for multiple seasons.
He was on the Titans making plays with
With being the only weapon in the Titans that's not Derrick Henry, like in the air.
right.
So AJ Brown did have one more target than Smith. He got 4 receptions off six targets. One of those targets was an actual touchdown that was called back because of man Rashad Penny doing the holding.
He was trying to get more carries.
29 yards.
Brown he could have had another touchdown that was pretty much like PI in the end zone.
PI, yeah.
They didn't call that one.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, they're all giving their chances.
Yeah.
And just whoever.
Devontae Smith is talented. I mean, he's a number one receiver too. Talent wise and everything like that. But
he's a first round pick and everything. So he's got it. So like I said, I'm gonna say the both wide receiver ones. I'm not gonna choose one or the other. Just whoever has a better day, game plan wise. Yeah. Got to stop both of them. It's gonna be hard.
But if you had to pick one, who would it be? AJ Brown or Devontae Smith?
On fantasy, let's just do the fantasy question.
Fantasy wise,
you're going to Devontae probably.
I'm going Devontae.
But it's easy. I mean, he just had a great game.
It's not going to be hard to stop. I mean, it's going to be hard to stop both these
guys. But we're not talking
anyway.
fantasy. We're talking about real wide receiver one in the real NFL. So who would you pick?
I wouldn't want to go up against, just physical wise, I wouldn't want to go against Brown.
Yeah, I would pick Brown over
Devontae
Smith.
He's going to burn you. So
but Brown's got
I mean, Brown can take it over the top too. It just trying to tackle that guy in the whole nine. I mean,
bigger.
It's a tough task.
Yeah.
I mean, so Damien in the chat, he's Brown doesn't get his stats. He will have another top.
Going with Brown.
And he said he's going with Brown. And actually, there was a Dallas Goedert sighting yesterday. He got 7 targets, 6 receptions for 22 yards. I mean, no touchdowns, but it was good to see Dallas Goedert getting, his receptions, his looks. I mean, because he was nowhere to be found in the Patriots game. And I know that there was a lot of fantasy owners that, picked him up. But, yeah, I mean, for me, I say it's Smith. I'm going with Smith. A.J. Brown, I mean, he's still A.J. Brown. Don't get me wrong. He's still going to put up numbers. But I maybe this year he's just going to be a little bit more inconsistent on those numbers.
But then, how good of a team are you when you're really asking who's the better wide receiver one on the team? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes
that's a good that's a good convo to have with your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at you because you balled out for 150 yards
and
I got 20. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brown, I mean, fantasy-wise, he sucked for people who picked him, high rounds, and he hasn't performed. You can't say he hasn't performed.
It's 1 week. I mean, come on.
It's just the team is how it is.
Or 2 weeks. For 2 weeks.
It's like you got over here, you got Hurts over here, the goal line getting 2-3 touchdowns from the one, robbing all the running backs.
While Swift does all the yards.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no, I know. And then obviously, I mean, I can't ask that question on Minnesota because it is Justin Jefferson. Everybody knows who wide receiver one is. I mean, TJ Hawkinson, but TJ Hawkinson looked good. He had 8 targets, 7 receptions, 66 yards, 2 tutties. Jordan Addison got 5 targets. KJ Osborne, you know what I'm saying? He got 6 targets. I mean, the ball's being, passed around over there. I got a few different targets. I mean, even Josh Oliver, the other tight end, had 3 targets. But at the end of the day, we still know that it is Justin Jefferson. But to Jose's great point, it's if you're asking that question because you really don't know, that
shows how good a team you are.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just shows that that offense is pretty damn good. I mean, you shut down AJ Brown, Smith goes off all crazy on you.
Yep.
But I mean, that was the last little spill I had about that. I mean, we can get in these topic lists now, man. We got first up, man, for the topic list. I know that this is Cuzzo Anthony. So I mean, bring yourself, Kelly X Poppy, our producer, man. Show yourself to the to the stream. Tell everybody what's up, man. I should have hollered at you earlier, man. How you doing tonight over there?
No problem. No problem. Doing good.
That's
We
good.
doing tonight.
We doing good, man. We trying ready to get to these little topics,
Topics.
man, and have ourselves a nice little debate.
Feel it. Feel it. So first one then, with the game evolving every time or every year, do NFL teams need to keep running backs priority?
I like it. I like it, man. Who wants to kick this one off?
Yeah, it depends on how
That's
your
about to say depends how you want your offense to
on how your
be.
team is,
Yeah,
formed,
built.
man, or built. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean,
exactly.
we've seen a lot of these, teams now going with
Let's not forget, just a
multiple running
couple years
backs.
ago, Titans were in the AFC Championship game with the old school Derrick Henry carrying that team with defense and running game. And let's not act like Niners haven't been doing that recently.
Yeah. No, I mean we Niners are still you can tell they still old school in their ways with
Yeah,
I mean obviously paying CMC to come in and handle business, but I mean you got a few different running backs that are getting mad, but you can see the teams that have I guess not such a good run game, i.e. the Bills.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else doesn't have too much of a run game, man? Obviously Minnesota. Minnesota's another one. I mean, Madison is good, but they let go of Dalvin Cook, and I mean, if even an older Dalvin Cook, does he at least help this Minnesota team win this game? Like, there's
I'm gonna say this though. If you look at the contracts, how they've just been going up for quarterbacks and wide receivers, and how less money is going to the running backs. It's like you want to pay your quarterback $300-400 million, keep handing the ball to your running back all game.
yeah, that's a good point.
You know,
That makes sense.
you pay these guys
Yeah.
40-50 million now. I'm not gonna keep handing the ball to the running back. And the running backs have such a short life. Just
That's the reason why
they run
that-
them. They
yeah.
dog these guys.
But just because of that, but let's not act like the running game's not important though.
Well, I'm not saying
What
it's
travels
not.
the best?
It's-
Defense and
it's-
running game.
It could be 50%
Control
if you're
you
game.
control the clock. Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like just because the short shelf life of
yeah.
other running backs.
That's the real reason why.
You have to
the
what,
con-
27, 28.
Todd
tops.
Gurley messed it up for a lot of people.
They get paid real quick, and after that,
Nah,
you don't
Zeke.
see them.
It was Zeke.
too. I mean, as
Well,
of
Zeke
lately,
too, but the
you
Todd
know.
Gurley, the injury, like Zeke, you could also account for the work ethic and everything, and injury. But Todd Gurley, like they paid him, and literally then arthritis came up and hasn't done nothing since.
I mean, everybody wants to see these high flying games, points scored.
oh yeah, no, for
I
sure.
mean,
It
me,
makes it get exciting
I love the old school football.
Yeah.
Running
Me
down
too.
the throat, control the clock.
because that's what we grew
It
up
really
with.
just depends on the offense, like you said.
That's what we grew up. We grew up with the Frank
When
Gores,
you- when you- when your
Yeah,
team, when your
Frank Gore.
teams,
Charlie Garners.
the bus. I mean, you name it.
Jerome
I'm just
Bettis.
other teams
Yeah.
too. I mean, Emmitt Smith. I mean, you can name. I'm just saying, it's cool when you're going down and driving down the field in 6 plays. Throwing it. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the young kids like to see that. The fans like to see when your team scores. I mean, hey,
But with
how
a
hard
good
it is
running game,
running down someone's throat.
yeah,
for
running
11, 12
one
minutes.
is demoralizing to the team. You're
Yeah.
literally manhandling the team, taking their soul, and also you're controlling the clock too. So that's huge.
I mean,
So-
look at for instance, this is the perfect one. Indianapolis Colts. They got
Yeah.
the JT contract issue. Everybody knows that that there's a split there. The Colts don't want JT around the Colts team right now at all. I mean, he goes there, does his little rehab, but he's out midday. Uh, there's so many trade officers. They don't want to pay him like a top running back, but they want to get compensation like he's a top running back, which that really makes no sense to me. You got Jim Irsay on Twitter talking shit about JT. I mean, when have we ever seen an owner really jump on a social media?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this social media is fairly new, but I mean, within these last 10 years, any owner could have done that. But now you got the owner coming out saying that JT's blah blah blah. Like you know what I'm saying? They don't want to pay him, but if JT's on that team right now, if that offense looks a little bit
They
better,
could win some games.
So the Josh Jacobs held out he ended up getting paid or signed his
I mean, he
his
got
franchise tag or
yeah.
whatever.
He got incentives, and that's
And
about it.
that's still 1 year.
Yeah,
Who got also is Barkley.
yeah,
They'd rather pay Danny Dimes over there, who looked like trash
yeah.
on Sunday night, just trash.
trash.
I think at one point, yeah, like he was 2 for 4
'Cause-
and 2 interceptions.
Because
And
there's
it was horrible.
it's because, like you said, the shelf life of the running backs. They're scared to commit long term to a running back.
Well, you don't have to commit long term.
Yeah.
You ain't got to give them a 5-year,
Yeah.
6-year contract. But I mean,
And then look
give
what
him-
happened with Le'Veon Bell too.
give them
Same
a 2-year contract. Something that'll make them happy enough. That'll satisfy both you and them.
Yeah.
I mean, a 2-year contract would be perfect for a running back. But yet you want to go franchise tag them, and then they're gonna hold that. They're gonna do these holdouts. You're gonna
But you
get
know
a,
these
you're gonna
running
get a-
backs want 5-year contracts.
You're gonna get a fat Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
He came a little overweight. It's all right.
a little overweight.
He'll get back in the game
That,
shape.
that man
Hopefully,
is a balloon, bro.
Hey.
It'll take him like 8 weeks. Watch.
when you're winning though, nobody says nothing. And
Yeah,
when you start
true.
losing, you're like, oh man, that contract's whack. Oh, what's going on with this guy and with that guy? You know what I mean? It's like me with JT, you know, Jonathan Taylor on the Colts. He's out 4 games, obviously faking his injury because he don't want to play. But I don't think he'll be on that team. They might be 1-3 or 0-4. It's like, well, there's no need for this guy right now. We're not gonna pay him. Just ship him out. It's gonna suck. But obviously, better for whoever he gets to.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no need for the guy on that team. I think for him, for the services, they're 0-4. They're not gonna use the guy. I mean, and it sucks. I mean, obviously, everybody wants to get paid. It's just part of the business.
It is definitely part of the
You
business.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, he was, well, I think it was a 2nd round pick, 3rd round pick.
Mhm.
So he's got a little bit of money for sure. not how his 1st round picks get. Barkley's 1st round pick, he still got paid and tried to re up on his contract.
Yeah,
And he got injured, I think, in his second year, 3rd year with the
Third year.
ACL.
third.
So I mean, it's a tough situation.
It's really, if you look at the most recent history, every running back that got paid or was supposed to get paid, afterwards they didn't turn out well. Like you said, Zeke, Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, for example. Imagine if look what happened when he went to the Jets, right? Look what happened when he went to Jets, didn't do nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
made all that noise about wanting a contract, and when he got signed for less, by the way, than the Steelers were gonna offer him, he ended up being trash.
Now a lot of teams are going by running back by committee.
Yeah, that too. Running back by committee.
And so you can't ask for a big contract when.
But then again,
your stats
look-
don't show a whole lot.
Look how valuable CMC is. We were running back by committee you could literally put any undrafted
play.
free agent.
Mostert,
Yeah,
Wilson,
Mostert,
Mitchell.
yeah, exactly. And look what happened when CMC changed the game. Our offense was that we haven't lost a game. The Niners won every game since CMC, every regular season game since CMC started.
Every regular season game.
Yeah. Let's not talk about one where they had no quarterback and he had to start at quarterback, or not start, but play quarterback.
Yeah, I mean
It does make a difference though,
it-
having a top running back.
It's just tricky. Like I said, it's part of the business, and pretty much how your team is formed. If you have a top quarterback, you're not gonna be handed off to.
Yeah.
to
Obviously,
running
a
back the whole
quarterback's the
time.
most valuable position,
Yeah.
so you're gonna.
But
It
you
just
still-
sucks.
But you still need at least a decent running game to at least be able to pull
Right.
off a play action, because I mean that's when you get these play actions, bro. That
Wide
really,
open
that
receivers,
that
yeah.
drops the safeties, that drops your corners.
Mm-hmm.
You can get those over the tops. You can get a lot of things done. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're playing man and you see the a single high safety out there. I mean, obviously cover 3, but you get these. That's like very rare. So you really don't need the running backs for those. But like when they're playing cover 2 or something, everybody wants to jump when they think that you have for instance, CMC. He's gonna run the ball and they're in that formation.
Yeah.
It's a play action. Brock Purdy just tosses it over the defense. I mean, it's
Right.
that all that helps. A lot of that helps. I mean,
Can we say also that there's not as much talented running backs as there was in the past?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
There's not as many.
There's no Adrian Peterson.
Three down running
Yeah,
backs.
Frank.
But
It's like
the
a
ones-
dying breed for sure.
the
Right.
ones that are those, like the CMCs, the Jonathan Taylors,
Derrick
the
Henry.
Josh Jacobs, the Austin Ecklers, like, do you prioritize them or do you continue to hit them with the franchise tag, continue to make them unhappy? And
wear them down, run them to the ground.
Yeah, sour relationship. I mean, eventually, they're just not gonna show up and just be like, forget it, like a full on holdout. But then
we could talk about just the fact that when they get paid, yes, some of them don't perform. But what about the injuries, man? It's like
injuries
when I
be
say
bad.
3-down running back, dude, these guys, a true 3-down running back
Yeah.
don't come out the game.
It's not as
They're
much
not
as there
coming out the
is in it
game.
anymore.
And
college, yeah.
now you see them, hey, waving the next guy in, waving the next
Yeah.
guy in, or somebody else. Hey, I'm running first and second down, and here comes the third down, passer. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
It's
that's not
a
helping nobody
different
out.
if it's a different breed, and like a lot of those freak athletes are receivers now. When you look at it, the DK Metcalfs,
Look
the
how what was it? What did they say? Austin Eckler was one of the strongest guys in the
Bro,
NFL.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse.
but remember
But
Adrian
now,
Peterson.
now you got a bad ankle.
Remember how
So it's
but
like,
remember how freaking athlete Adrian Peterson was. You're not getting that no more.
that probably the last of the dying breeds for sure.
Yeah.
For running backs.
Yeah.
Well, you have the Le'Veon
Now you-
Bell, that holdout that he did, that actually like killed his whole career.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you
And-
need the playing time, right? You have to have these. I mean, obviously, when they let go of Le'Veon, when the Steelers let go of Le'Veon, that was kind of helped them out. But look at their offense now; they have no run game. They can't get anything off. Look what happened with the 49ers last week. They had no passing game because they couldn't get the run game off. Najee Harris, yeah, he's a good running back, but he's not.
But the same time, we have Barkley over here, great running back, and they're still
line.
going over to passing the ball all day long with Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
It's like I guess they get.
Well, they pay him $40 million a year.
exactly,
They
that's
have
why.
to.
It's like-
But does he even pass it? He runs it more than he passes.
Yeah.
That's
true.
true. Yeah, almost 800 yards
Yeah.
rushing. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Like he is running that ball because they have nobody to pass to. And then look at what happened with the whole Cowboys thing, man. They got slaughtered.
Running the ball doesn't bring in the box off. Doesn't make isn't the most entertaining
Yeah,
way
but
to play.
but if you're trying to
offense.
I get it. If you're trying to make money and bring in, fans to see
Yeah.
this high flying offense and get all these, beautiful passes downfield, cool, I get it.
Yeah.
But what are these teams here doing? They're literally trying to win championships, right? So you need a solid run game, you need a solid quarterback, you need a solid wide receiving core.
Mhm.
Like that's what you need. You need all three of that, and then you need to have your good
I
defense.
think it was Ryan who pointed out on the other chat, the last 12 Super Bowl teams had no true running back.
Yeah, that's true.
Mahomes did it last year. He's been doing it, obviously. I mean, you can name a plethora of teams that won a Super Bowl that
Yeah.
haven't had a top running back.
But you're talking about Mahomes.
One of the best quarterbacks ever
Okay.
to play the game.
You
And
say-
who's the other? Tom Brady.
yeah.
Tom Brady,
One of
exactly.
the best ever
These are
quarterbats to
freakish
play the
like,
game.
These
These are like
Yeah,
exceptions
those
to
are like
the-
once in the generation.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was once in a generation. You know what I'm saying? Now you got.
I'm
I was
just
about to
saying.
say that
I'm
too.
just saying. Hey,
Those are people that could make up for that lack of.
Did the Ben Roethlisberger Steelers? They had a run game.
Russell Wilson had a running game.
I'm not gonna.
They had the
I'm not
bus.
gonna watch Marshawn Lynch over there. He's a
The,
good
the
running
last
back.
the last Steelers they had the bus. I think that last one that they won.
Yeah.
Fucking beast mode.
Yeah,
Hate that guy.
I mean, when you don't have when you don't have a Brady or Mahomes, I mean those other
It's
ones.
been like that
Peyton
for the last like 5 years.
Peyton Manning, did they have a run game? I forget who the running back was.
They had a
Yeah.
defense. That's what
They
they
had
had.
the defense,
I don't know if he
was-
won it with Adrian James or not. I don't know if he won it with him or not.
Nah, they.
Nah.
Oh, I think they did with the Colts, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he won.
No,
I
I
don't know
don't
if he was on
think.
a team.
No, they
though.
had Joseph Adai and who's the other dude?
I don't think they even had a.
They had a
guy.
decent running
They
game.
had
though.
a decent.
They had a
the
decent
Colts
running
always
game. They
had
just
decent
didn't have a
running
star
game.
running back.
Yeah,
though.
no, Adrian. Oh man, I remember Adrian James.
He wasn't on the
fire.
Colts when they won.
But he was fire.
Yeah. Yeah, they had Joseph Adai was their main running back.
How much time we got left on this one?
I was just gonna say good points, but we gotta move on, fellas.
All right, cool. Let's on to the
Alright,
next.
coming to the next one. So, is the touchback rule the worst rule in the NFL?
Ooh.
I'm gonna start with this
Oh,
one.
go ahead.
No.
Let's clarify the touchback though. We're
Yeah.
talking about the fumble.
Or we're talking about the fumble in the end zone, like what happened last night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So
Okay.
so I got
Let-
you real quick. Hold on. So what happened in last night's game against Minnesota in the Minnesota versus the Eagles? Justin Jefferson fumbled at the 1 yard line, and the ball just so happened to cross over into the defense's end zone, and then it went out of bounds. What happened is that's called a touchback for people who don't know. And there is a lot of talk going on right now, which is why we brought this up tonight. There's a lot of talk that people are saying that is the worst rule in the NFL.
All right, let me go. Okay, so do we remember when Deshaun Jackson was
Yeah.
celebrating
Yep.
and
Yep.
then the defense
Mhm.
went in?
Swatted.
So if we change the rule, we're gonna reward the Eagles for that? Like, no, that rule's been around for a long time. As long as you're responsible and you cross that goal line, all you gotta do is cross the tip of the football to the goal line, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not everybody knows the rule, so
Everybody
no,
did.
it's not the worst rule.
No, I agree, but there's just a lot of idiots that are on Twitter right now.
Yeah,
I think I even sent some to Jose earlier. I believe that was the actual Mike Pence. Mike Pence tweeted to, was it Mike Brandt or whatever his name is from Good Morning Football.
Kyle Brandt.
Kyle Brandt. There you
Yeah.
go. Saying that the rule needs to be changed,
Nah.
and this is what people are saying that if the ball goes out, it's a fumble, goes into the end zone, the ball needs to then be placed where the player lost the ball, and that still give, and then I want to say then call it a loss of down, which I think is stupid. And I see what Damien's saying. Damien's saying he loves it. Keep the touchback rule, and it gives the defender a chance when chasing down a
Exactly.
player. But also, again, we got to remember that end zone. That end zone is the defense's end zone. The other side is the offense's end zone. So when a fumble happens and a defender picks it up, they run it back, it's a touchdown. If they sack a quarterback or a fumble happens into the back of that other end zone,
It's a safety.
It is a safety. So why are people, I don't get why people are trying to call to get the worst rule, quote unquote, which it really isn't. It's a part of the game, man. I mean, again, it's
Right.
the defense's end zone. And just because Justin Jefferson so happened to fumble it, trying to make a football move, loses the ball, and then it goes into the end zone, yes, that is now the defense's ball.
Right.
It makes no sense to try to change it, to try to give somebody else, or try to give the offense more opportunity when they fumbled the ball. Like, that makes no sense.
Even he said he was fine. He was a little careless with the ball. Yeah. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say it's very rare that it happens. So
Yeah.
when people see it, they get kind of upset.
Yeah.
I mean,
People are mad because it would have changed the game.
change the game or their fantasy points, whatever the case may be.
That's the rules.
Hey, out of all the rules that are against the defense,
Right.
in just in general, I mean, they got, they can get hands to the face, holding, they can get, PI. So many rules benefit the offense. This is one of the rules that benefits the defense, and it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's rare that it happens. Very rare. It probably happens maybe 2 or 3 times a year. You hardly ever see it.
Yeah.
So
Like exactly what D-Man said. Like, then everybody would be doing that. You're rewarding the player for not making a play.
And so for instance, we understand on a regular play, if you fumble goes out of bounds, it's still offensive ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You fumble now into the end zone, okay, I'm gonna give it to the defense then.
Yeah. It goes the same with the other way, like you were saying with the safety.
With the safety, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's the defense. I mean, yeah, you fumbled it, you shouldn't have done it. So if I force a fumble and it goes into our end zone out, okay, then the defensive ball still.
Yeah.
Either way, the ball was fumbled. Just don't fumble the ball, within the goal line, and you'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Just how you said, you get to tip the ball in there.
Right. Exactly.
Instead of saying the
Pause.
whole ball and the player, what I'm saying, we could change that to where the whole player's body has to be in there.
Yeah.
How many plays in NFL they score? They barely get the ball over.
Right.
The whole body's out.
Yeah.
The ball is in there.
But the ball, right?
You can change
Exactly.
that rule if you want to. The whole body has to be in.
Yeah. If we're gonna
come
go
on.
that
Yeah,
route,
you want to
yeah.
be technical.
Yeah.
So I mean, the ball bounced out. Defensive ball. You don't like it? Don't fumble the ball.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Not into the end zone.
It's rare that it happens, and when it does, we can throw a hissy fit about it. And it's
Right.
luck of the draw,
Yeah.
man.
When was the last time that really happened where it caused something like this? I don't remember.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just, again, like I said, it's just a lot of dumbass people on Twitter getting mad over nothing. Like they always get mad over nothing, and it's just like, dude, this has been in the NFL for so long. If you're gonna change that rule, you're gonna have to change the safety rule. You're gonna have to change a lot of other things because they put that rule in when they put the safety rule in, and it's just like, dude, this just because it helps the defense and just because it makes you mad because you lose points in fantasy doesn't mean that the NFL needs to change the damn rule. You don't need to give the offense another opportunity just because
Right.
they fumbled into the end
They
zone.
already got so many rules going for them
You know what I'm
anyways.
saying? Like, dude, why do you want to continue to help offenses? Even like putting the ball to the 20-yard line and giving it to the offense there with the loss of down. What if it was their fourth down play? Then what? Like, yeah, then the ball still goes to the defense on the 20-yard line. Like, it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
Hey, 4th and 45, and throw a Hail Mary and get a PI out there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like, come
exactly.
on, man. Like,
Yeah.
and an automatic first down. You're like, stop. I mean, there's so many rules on offense that benefit them. So, hey, this is one that benefits the defense. Just let it be. Like I said, it rarely happens. So, for people complaining, hey, that's the one rule you're going to complain about. The one rule
Right.
out of all the rules in the whole night and the entire game, you're going to complain about that one.
Yeah.
And hey, it is what it is.
And like I said, all they gotta do is get the tip in. If you can't get the tip in, you shouldn't be.
Yeah. No,
I
for
don't know
sure.
what to say.
All you got to do is just
Yeah.
get it over. I mean, Justin Jefferson made a football play, man.
Yeah.
He
He
lost the
took a
ball.
risk. It didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out. And again, to Kirk Cousins, he in his press conference, he did come out and say that if he threw a perfect ball where the ball landed in Justin Jefferson in the breadbasket for
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson instead of Justin Jefferson actually having to stop, catch the ball, then turn, then it would be a different story. It would have been where Justin Jefferson actually gets into the end zone rather than him trying to do all that, try to force something, and then the ball skedaddles to where it skedaddled to. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of different possibilities. Obviously, what could happen? What if this? What if that? But at the end of the day, it's a perfect rule. The rule does not need to fucking change. All you losers on Twitter need to shut the fuck up and just be fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we got football back.
Right.
We complained for damn near like 9 months because there's no football, and then we're in fucking week 2, and you guys are already fucking complaining. Like, let it fucking go, dude. Like, it's so wild to me, yo. Like, it's I don't know. For me, man, they don't need to change nothing.
No.
It's just all you bunch of, and again, I think it's just all these fucking people that learn from Skip, learn from Stephen A.
Casuals.
That yeah, casuals, but they learned that shock value is how you get noticed, or you know what I'm saying, how you go viral. It's fucking a lot of these people that just want fucking clout and they want to say something and they want to be against the grain, and at the end of the day, it's fucking stupid. You guys just need to shut the fuck up, man. It's a perfect rule. It's not going nowhere. I'll tell you that. The NFL is not gonna change it just because a bunch of little crybaby like you fucking sit here on Twitter. You think that fucking Roger Goodell sitting here looking at your guys' shit on Twitter? No. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, at the end of the day, it helps the defense. One of these days is gonna help your team, and then you're gonna be fucking
Won't even complain.
exactly.
Like the Eagles
Yeah.
won't complain. I know that.
Not at all.
The fan base wasn't complaining.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's gonna help your fucking team, and you're gonna be happy. Like, damn, I'm glad that rule's there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's just a lot. It's just a lot of bullshit for no reason, man.
What's the next
What's
topic?
the next
Tyler?
topic?
Yeah,
We
before
already
get to the
yeah.
next one. I just wanted to
Alright,
I just want to
alright.
yell at them little bastards.
Yeah, George all in his feelings over here.
Oh, for sure, man. Bro, I seen fucking so many accounts, bro. Let's go.
All right, moving on. Should the NFL change the rules to not allow a Philly QB sneak at the 1 year line?
All right. So again, on Twitter, I'm seeing a bunch of shit about from all them little crybabies talking about the Philly QB sneak, where obviously at the goal line, Justin Hurts and the Philadelphia O line, they have a little package for it. They just do a QB sneak and they rush in, and it's an automatic touchdown for them. This is what
you
people are
can't-
complaining about.
If you can't stop it, you can't stop it. I mean, look at Tom Brady and Jimmy G too. They were successful in over 90% of the quarterback sneaks.
Mhm.
It's been around forever. No one was complaining about that.
You got Lamar Jackson doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost unstoppable. You get to that 1 yard line, the quarterback is sneaking in
Yeah.
right there. It's hard to stop.
It's hard to stop.
It's just the formation that they have is a little different than people have.
So
have
you
seen.
were punishing them
Yeah.
for being strategic, and it's like, come on.
What people are saying is that it takes away from the game. That it's not. I guess it's not a
Don't let it
fucking-
get to 4th and
It's
1.
not a.
Or
It's not a
31.
fucking.
don't
It's not a pass to the corner of the
don't get to the
fucking
goal
end
line.
zone.
Yeah.
1 yard line.
Don't let it get to that point.
Yeah.
It's just-
football.
At the end of the day, if the Eagles do it because nobody can fucking stop it.
Yeah.
They did it to the 49ers. They did it to damn near every fucking team they played.
And we've seen goal line packages.
Oh.
We've seen linemen get in there running in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it all.
It's been part of football
Yeah, I
forever.
mean,
Quarterback
we-
sneaks.
I
I've
mean,
always been
they
successful.
can start having linemen running in.
Yeah.
And then we're going to say, oh, hey, lineman can't play running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
How many rushing touchdowns does Tom Brady have just off of those quarterback sneaks? Like,
A lot.
yeah,
A lot.
exactly. No one was complaining about that.
It's tough. I mean, you get to
It
the 1
is.
yard line and the guy just steps in right there.
But
you
like
know?
I said, don't let it get to that point.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question: when you're playing Madden and you're at the fucking goal line,
QB sneak.
You're doing a
Or
fullback.
fullback. Yeah, fullback
That's
run.
Madden, though. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
Madden.
Madden. Fullback run. Yeah, I'm tripping.
but most of the
Yeah.
time, what do you?
I don't like doing
You hit the
QB
fuck.
sneaking.
It depends on the quarterback you got and the team you're playing with. I'm gonna hit a fucking QB sneak my goddamn self because it's an automatic fucking touchdown,
Yeah.
especially for that beefy ass O line that Philadelphia has. Again, there is no better center in this league
It's
than
not
Jason
going to be
Kelce.
like that forever, though.
No, it's not when Jason Kelce goes. I don't know
Yeah.
what they're gonna do, but again, Jason Kelce is that he fucking leads the way. I mean, and then even you can even see Jalen Hurts trying to figure out which way he wants to fucking go with the ball, and
Yeah.
most of the time it's to the goddamn left where nobody, and I mean nobody, is actually stopping the shit. But
It's the same success rate as every other good quarterback.
Yeah,
and
no, for
quarterback.
sure.
So it's like it's nothing different.
yeah, no, and
It just looks more unstoppable
It-
because
it's-
Jalen's athletic and that offensive line.
it's a bunch of those fucking losers again on Twitter
Yeah.
that continue to cry over the stupidest shit. We're week fucking 2, and you want to sit here and cry because Philadelphia found a way to either get a first down or a fucking touchdown off a quarterback sneak. This it's a damn play that every team does. Some teams can't do it. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They don't got the O line to do it. But most of the time you see a lot of other teams running a quarterback sneak. Yeah, their formation is a little bit different. It looks like they're gonna take a knee. But again,
It's not like they're running it every play and getting
it is definitely not an illegal play. It's something that's a part of the fucking game. You just need to take the
Exactly, stop
You
it,
need to
that's-
take the fucking pennies out your little buttholes and just fucking watch the game and be fucking happy. If you played Minnesota's defense and you're getting mad over it, that's your dumbass fault because who the fuck is gonna pick up Minnesota's defense in fucking fantasy right now? Like, bro, they just got ran down all day. And possibly you had Swift. Yeah, it takes away from Swift. Yeah, it takes away from AJ Brown and
They're not
Smith.
playing for fantasy football. They're
You
playing
know what
to
I'm saying?
win
They're playing to
football games.
fucking win the game.
Yeah.
And Damien said, stop it. That's the point of football.
Exactly.
It's the point of football. You're trying to get into the damn end zone any way possible. Let me put it this way. Goal line stand, or a goal line, you're at the 1 yard, half-inch line, whatever. In the fucking Super Bowl, your team has one of the best O-lines. Are you going to sit here and complain if there's a quarterback fucking sneak in the Super Bowl to win the fucking championship? Or are you going to be celebrating and happy like, oh, we won the fucking game? Or are you going to sit here and complain that a quarterback did a quarterback sneak?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Charlie said there's kids around. My bad, but this shit got me hot, bro. This shit got me real hot.
When a team benefits them, then they don't want to.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Or when
just...
this-
it's just wild that I continue to see a lot of pansy ass Rudy Poo, you know what I'm saying, jabronis on Twitter just talking madness for no reason. Again, I think it's shock. I think they're trying to be the shock value type of accounts. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, relax. It's football. They want to win. They want to get into the end zone. They want to score. Then the point of the whole game is to score a touchdown and beat the other team by however many points that you can do it by. Don't matter if it's 1 point, don't matter if it's a 40-point blowout. You want to win the fucking game. And you're by any means necessary. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. Quarterback sneak's been around this whole time. No one's complained. So,
Yeah. Go to Madden.
yeah.
You can see QB sneak in the goal line formation. You'll see it. Go play Madden.
No one was complaining when Jimmy G was doing it, and we were literally every time on fourth and one, Jimmy G converted every single 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Quarterback sneak.
Exactly.
Same with Tom Brady. He made his living on rushing touchdowns, quarterback sneak.
Exactly.
No one complained.
Stop complaining, yo. We're only in week 2. Stop complaining. Get off Twitter. Go live a life. Go do something else. Man, big up the players. I mean, big up Philadelphia for winning the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, big up Justin Jefferson for going hammer time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if it was so OP, did the Eagles look unbeatable? Like,
no, they look very beatable. They look very beatable in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, they allowed Minnesota to come back in the game.
Exactly. It's not ruining the game. They did not win that game because of the quarterbacks.
Not at all. And I'm a 49er fan. And
Yeah.
I can give 2 shits that Philadelphia does this. Good. Continue to do it. Damien says in the chat, how many times a year does a team don't convert on inches and we always remember the defenses that stuffed them? That one play is a momentum changer. Exactly, Damien. Exactly. Once a team figures out how to stop
and they will.
Philadelphia will no longer do it. They'll fake it. And then you're going to get these tosses to a running back. You'll probably get, you know what I'm saying, a fake. You're going to get the fake QB sneak. You're going to get a fake to the running back. And then you're probably going to get a tight end or a fucking lineman in the end zone wide open.
Let's not forget how unstoppable that read option 2019 with Lamar Jackson was. But then what happened? They don't even run that no more.
Yeah, because it's being stopped.
Yeah.
Teams figure out things, man. It's a part of the game. And until it gets figured out, Philadelphia is going to continue to do it. And I hope they do.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they do. Because somebody's going to figure it out. There's going to be a beefier line, and it's going to get stopped. I mean, I said my 2 cents. You got anything more on this, man?
You said it all. So
yeah, we can move on. And I apologize for my language, but a lot of those Twitter fools got me super amped up on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Them internet trolls get you.
Fact.
All right, so moving on. Has Josh Allen regressed as a QB, or are people just overreacting?
I'll go first in this one
Go
because
ahead.
This is why I picked the Jets to win the game last week. Like I said, Josh Allen if you look down the stretch last season, he was regressing. He threw 2 picks against Miami, almost lost the game against Skylar Thompson in the wild card. Then got blown out at home with the Bengals. You could see the signs from last season. This is not just the one game reaction. This is the last 5 or 6 games. And like I said, he's trying to do too much. He's never been the most. He had that great MVP season, or 2 years in a row, you could really say. 2.5 seasons in a row where he played elite quarterback. But he was the most accurate quarterback coming out of college. And that's all I'm going to say. I could see it since last season he's been regressing.
For me, again, they know what Josh Allen's gonna do, right? They know he's either gonna run the ball or he's gonna pass it to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they got Dawson Knox, but Dawson Knox I don't know what happened to him last season. He just wasn't the same last season.
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis is a very inconsistent wide receiver. He can catch the ball. He can do what he has to do. They got Dalton Kincaid now, who I really like. I feel like Dalton Kincaid is going to take that top spot over Knox. But again, there's really no solid run game. And again, it goes back to that whole conversation that we had earlier, is if there's a legit run game in Buffalo, could Josh Allen get back to the form that we saw in a couple years ago, or yeah, last year and the prior year? Like, will he continue to be able to not force something, not turn the ball over as much as he does, and not have to run it 80 yards down the field by himself?
I mean, he definitely has the talent to be the best, one of the best quarterbacks in the
Oh yeah, no,
NFL.
for sure.
He has everything, all the tools. He's what Trey Lance was supposed to be. He has all the tools and everything like that. But it comes to a point. It comes to a thing where he's trying to do too much, throwing it deep, when he doesn't need to throw it deep. Just stuff like that. Trying to make big plays when he doesn't need to try to make big plays.
Yeah.
He needs to play smart quarterback football. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no, I agree. He needs to play smart football, and I really don't think it is an overreaction. I
Yeah.
think that we have seen Josh Allen finally be figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a league that watches film consistently. They game plan for what is going to potentially happen. I mean, these coaches are paid top dollar. This is all they do all day: watch film, see little things. They pick things out, and they game plan for it. The
Is it wide
Jets,
receivers or Allen? I mean, it's Allen. When he throws a pick to a safety 3 times.
is it the wide receiver? Yeah, Damien did ask that question. Is it the wide receivers or is it Allen? Again, a lot of it last week was on Allen. It was not
Yeah.
on the wide receivers. I mean, Josh Allen did a lot of stupid things last week. That is why they lost.
Right.
The Jets made plays. That Jets defense was solid. Yeah, I mean, it was close. Zach Wilson got the win. I mean, he got the win for for Aaron Rodgers, who was in there for 57 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But Josh Allen just tried to do a little too much. Again, it was raining. A lot of different things.
Let's stop using that excuse. Come on.
But when it's but
It
when
wasn't a monsoon.
but when it's raining, that ball's wet.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So
But this
it
is
does get a little
saying the
slippery.
Buffalo Bills that they're playing the snow every
You're
late
right.
season
But
playoffs.
but to that
if
point,
anybody, he should.
but to that point, there was a point made on on the TIYF podcast on Tuesdays. It is Ryan tends to stay away from those receivers when it comes mid-November, late November, December, when it starts to snow. You start to get the snowfall because they can't throw the ball as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's and they don't play in a dome. They're playing it outside. It's but I think again, Josh Allen has definitely regressed.
It's becoming a trend, which
Yeah,
basically means he's regressed.
yeah, you know, he's definitely regressed. I think that he can flip this whole narrative though. I think that
Oh
he
yeah,
can.
definitely. He has the talent.
He's a very talented quarterback. He's probably one of the best in the league. He has one of the top wide receivers in the league. But again, I think that they need a better run game, or they need to actually figure out what to do with their running backs. Because I thought it was Singletary that was just bad, but it's the same thing this year with Cook. It's the same thing with they got Latavius Murray as the RB3. They got Damian Harris.
It goes to the thing where talent could only take you so far. You need to have as a quarterback, you're a point guard really. You need to have that decision making, that IQ.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
That's why an exception of Mahomes, but like a lot of the greats weren't the most talented quarterbacks. Montana, Brady, Drew Brees, like those guys. I mean, Peyton. You could say, Peyton Manning had a great arm too, but it wasn't the most mobile quarterback. Those guys were so successful because their IQ, and that's sustainable. Making decisions. That's the whole point of being a quarterback, is being the one to facilitate the offense.
Yeah.
And so that arm, that throwing those deep passes, throwing and making any throw, that only takes you so far if you're not making the right decision. That's what makes Mahomes one of the greatest right now, even in his young career. He has that it factor with the talent.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
He needs to fix that, but he may not be. Some people just have it. Some people don't.
and Josh Allen could get back there. I think he just needs to maybe get a new cute quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to, just he needs to clean up the messiness. Got to stop forcing it. I mean, we see the quarterbacks that in the past that force it.
Yeah.
We see quarterbacks now that still try to force things. I mean, you got the Dax, you got the. I mean, who else tries to force things that don't need? I mean, Baker Mayfield, the old Baker Mayfield, who was trying to force a lot of
You
shit.
could say even Matthew Stafford too.
Yeah, and again, the Tony Romo, yeah. So to Damian Davis's point, Bills remind me of the Tony Romo Cowboys. They're good, but can't put it all together in one year. I think the Bills have a good week and beat the Raiders. The Bills will go as far as Allen will
I
take them,
agree.
just like Romo, and I agree with that too. Exactly, and that's why I said there was the Tony Romo comparison. I like that because Tony Romo, fire quarterback,
Yeah.
probably one of the best,
Especially fantasy
probably
wise.
probably the best quarterback the Cowboys had since Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of those dumbass
Just
mistakes
doesn't
that he
have
did,
it.
where it was forcing something when it didn't need to be forced. When you're just doing too much at the end of the day, and Josh Allen is making those same ass mistakes, and if he doesn't clean it up, he's gonna go down as a quarterback that could have been great, but he let it all go.
Some people just don't have it. That's all.
But I think he does. I think he does.
In the playoffs, though, he's proven not to be.
Yeah, you're right.
People put too much stock into that one shootout, which was great. I mean, he played the 16. What was it? No interceptions. However many touchdowns in that one.
Yeah,
the 2 rounds of playoffs. But people are putting too much stock in that. Look at this last playoff history. Even last year, if you let a team go into your home field and blow you out like that, like the playoffs is where where legends are made, and some people
Facts.
fold, some people
Fucking
fold.
facts.
Just like Dak. Dak's great in the regular season at points in time. Cowboys leaving last year, they're blowing out teams like crazy. But when it comes to the playoffs, that's when the real stars show, and he chokes. And you could say the same for Allen.
Yeah. 19 Problems says that Allen got picked off 3 times going deep. Play calling has to change. And I agree.
Decision making has to change.
The decision making, some of that play calling, yes. I mean, they don't have to continue to fucking throw it deep every single 2 plays. Like that's what they consistently do.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to start using the running backs in the passing game a little bit more, not just use them to run outside the tackles. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do. That's what their run game is. Yeah, they brought in Damian Harris, who's supposed to be a downfield. But again, there's no run lanes. That offensive line doesn't allow a lane to be open for these running backs to have wiggle room. You're using James Cook. I mean, they're breaking off 3-yard runs, 2-yard runs. Like that it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be a great passing team, obviously Gabe Davis needs to become a better route runner. He needs to step it up. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, they need to continue to elevate their game. I mean, there's a lot of things that the Bills need to be done, but at the end of the day, it has to be Allen who really brings this team and puts it on his back and carries them deep into the playoffs. Maybe get them to a Super Bowl one year. It's not going to be this year. I'll tell you that. They're not making this Bills team the way Allen's playing. They're not making the playoffs. I mean, they're not making it deep into the playoffs. They might make the playoffs, but they're not making it deep.
No.
They might be a one and done team.
Yeah, and I agree. It's exactly what I've been saying about the Bills. So I rest my case.
I mean, but again, you're gonna get those weeks though that Josh.
Oh, they'll blow
Allen,
some teams out.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get those weeks that Josh Allen does have some really good fucking games, and you know what I'm saying. Diggs has a 20-point, 25-point. You're gonna see this happening, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be good for fantasy, but it's not gonna be good for a Bills franchise that is trying to win a Super Bowl.
I kind of think they what was it last year? They bought into their own hype too. Like when they blew out the Rams in the beginning of the season, everybody was like, "Oh, Bills, this they have number one." They had number one offense, number one defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Their
kind of bought
defense
into
is
their own.
fire.
Yeah, yeah, but they kind of bought into they they thought they were better than what they were actually playing,
Yeah.
and that's
True.
really I think where they went wrong because really they haven't done shit in the playoffs.
True. Yeah, no, and again, we have a lot of great regular season quarterbacks. Tony Romo, uh, Matty Ice.
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of superb play in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, it's just like
Different speed.
Bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a different speed. Like that's they say. It's
Oh,
a different.
completely, yeah, it's a different,
yeah.
completely game. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
D-Man Davis says, if not Diggs leaving, especially if they don't make the playoffs. And Damien also says, yeah, I remember the Bills hype.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen really needs to step it up. He needs to be a better quarterback. He needs to bring in a different quarterback coach. Because I just was watching the New Heights podcast, which is the Kelsey brothers. Go watch that podcast. I'm plugging them. I don't care. I love their podcast. I watch it a lot. But I was watching the Edelman joint, and Edelman said that even at the 38-year-old Tom Brady was flying in a new quarterback coach.
Yeah.
And during the season and working out with this new quarterback coach to get better.
You can always improve. Like Larry Fitzgerald, Larry Fitzgerald said he could always improve. He tried to improve every offseason.
Exactly.
When he was the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could always improve.
It's the New Heights podcast. It's on YouTube. I believe it's on all podcast streaming services. But it is Travis Kelce and his big brother, Jason Kelce. I'm a big fan. I love that podcast. Go check it out.
I heard the series was pretty good too.
Oh,
the
on
show,
Amazon?
the Kelce. Yeah, the Kelce.
Yeah.
The
I watched it.
documentary.
I watched it when it dropped. Actually, it was
I gotta
really
watch
good.
that.
It was really good. It went through the whole Jason Kelce last year on his decision if he wants to retire or not, and it takes you through everything. And then his wife was pregnant at the same time, so it hit everything, man. But great stories. Go check out Kelce on Amazon Prime. Go watch the New Heights podcast. It's great. But
Next question.
Yes, sir. Let's get to the next topic, yo. Josh Allen, get better, boy.
All right, so a good one. Who is the worst team in the NFL?
Woo!
I mean, I know Giants had the horrible performance, but
Worst
Cardinals.
team
Can we
in the
really
NFL.
say anything about the Cardinals though? Come on.
Cardinals actually look decent.
They played decent against Washington,
They
but
look decent
yeah, but
against the lackluster
Washington.
Washington team. But you also have the Bears, who on both sides of the ball looked ugly. Yes, you had Fields, who had a 200-yard game, but a lot of those yards came in garbage time. Baker Mayfield tossed 2 tutties on him.
Who are you scared of in Arizona? Nobody.
But just because you're not scared of somebody, that defense still played fire. Like they were still doing some things. They
Who
actually
knows how
almost-
good Washington's gonna be, though.
but they almost won the game.
Yeah, but like you said, week 1 too. Week 1 is where I'm saying, yeah. I don't know. I just can't. I mean, I look at Arizona. Even themselves, like you could tell, they're trying to tank too. It's like,
But the Bears, they're playing a division rival, and this division rival with the Green Bay Packers, it has a deep history where it is a super rivalry, right?
yeah,
A super rivalry. Like these two teams literally hate each other. These two fan bases hate each other, and to get mopped all over the floor by Green Bay the way they did is just like sheesh. And Justin Fields, don't get me wrong, great quarterback with his legs. But to the Josh Allen question, Josh Allen actually got to a point where, he's a good quarterback. He's slinging the rock. Has Justin Fields even progressed as a
No.
quarterback? I mean, you could ask that question like right now. Like, has he progressed at all?
And I don't think that's necessarily his fault. I think that's just one. He doesn't have the best coaches to develop him, and he has literally nobody around him. Like if your number one option is DJ Moore, you got problems.
But is it at the end of the day? You can't. Yeah, a lot of it is the coaching for the Bears. But can you put it all on the Bears coaching staff? Again, we just said that Tom Brady at 38 was flying in a quarterback coach in midseason to help him out to get better. So why is
Would you take I forgot even his name, the Cardinals quarterback. Would you take him over Justin Fields?
I would take Baker over Justin Fields?
Yeah, but we're not talking about that.
I would
though.
take Baker. I mean Kyler Murray. Are you talking about Kyler
No,
Murray?
I'm not talking about. They're not playing Kyler Murray right now.
If you want to put up a backup to a starter, I mean that's not really the thing.
It's what's on the field though. It's what's on the field currently. Are they starting Kyler this week?
What was Arizona's
I forgot his name.
Where's my phone at? While I pull this up, go ahead and
You're right, D-Man. Giants played the worst week 1, but I don't think they're the worst team. I forgot his name. What's his name, Callie? Arizona Cardinals quarterback.
I'm looking it up right now. But yeah, no, the whatchamacallit did play really, really, really bad. Oh, Joshua Dobbs.
Dobbs, yeah, that's right.
Let's go see his stats real quick. Arizona quarterback stats. Let's.
I don't care what the stats are. I'm not.
No,
I'd
I care
rather
about
take
stats.
Justin.
No, stats matter. Stats
They matter to a point, but
stats matter.
D-Man, what would you pick? Or anybody in the chat? Justin Fields or Joshua Dobbs?
132 passing yards. 30. He threw 30 times, 21 completions, 70% completion rate, 132
Jose
yards.
got grounded.
He got sacked 3 times, and the end score.
Fields or Dobbs, chat.
This end score for this game was
Exactly.
it was 20-16 at the end of the day. But yeah, no, I would I don't know where Jose went. At the end of the day, though, if you want to compare quarterbacks, you're gonna have to compare starting quarterback to starting
GPG.
quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You have to like Dobbs is a backup. Yes, he's starting for Kyler right now because Kyler's injured. When Kyler comes back, it's Kyler's team.
Bears have but still better weapons.
They have one weapon.
One weapon. Arizona has 0. Who do they have? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ooh,
They literally have nobody worth mentioning.
Yeah, no, that's true. But again,
Top to bottom,
Okay,
Bears are
so
a better team, even though they're starring
let
too.
me ask this question: Arizona has no weapons. I mean, they got James Conner at running back. They got a good defense, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
this again on paper,
Let's say
like what
good
you're saying
defense.
on paper, the Bears should be a better team. But if Arizona and the Bears played, who wins that game
I'll-
Dobbs?
I'll pick the Bears.
And I think
Packers are a better team than Washington.
I think I would actually pick the Arizona Cardinals.
The Arizona don't even, and it's not even just the players on paper. They're not even motivated to win.
The difference between the quarterbacks in that situation is one can't fucking pass.
But he can run.
That doesn't. But
Can Dobbs do
he-
either?
he-
Really?
he is a quarterback, so he's supposed to use his arm. Yeah, he has legs. Okay, cool. I mean, so does Lamar Jackson. So does Allen. I mean, yes, there's a lot of quarterbacks that have legs that can run the ball. But it's a quarterback. They're supposed to pass the ball. And if yes, you got DJ Moore.
I'm not saying
if
Fields
these-
is a good quarterback right now. Currently,
Worst
I'm
team
just
is the
saying.
Cowboys. Stop it. Anyways, go ahead.
I'm just saying Bears top to bottom are a better team than the Cardinals. That's all I'm saying. We're talking about worst teams. Cardinals is the worst team. There's literally no positive you can say about the Cardinals. Yeah, they played a good game against Washington. Who knows how good they're gonna be with Sam Howell.
But the Cardinals played a good game, like you said. The Bears didn't play a good game at all on both sides of the ball. Their defense is shit. Their whole offense is discombobulated. Like,
Are you saying who'd you pick in the game? Packers or Washington?
who would I pick in the game?
Yeah.
I'll pick Washington.
I think
You
I
pick Washington? They got better D line, but
Yeah. That's just me.
I mean,
I would just pick Washington.
at the end of at Packers versus Washington. That's a good question because we really haven't seen the Packers be tested.
it's been 1 week.
I know
but
we haven't seen them be tested. I mean, they played, but the Bears. What did the Bears do last season?
This is me. If you go on worst team, it's hands down Cardinals.
What did the Cardinals do last season?
It's Cardinals on paper and on the field.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Who are you scared? Who's even on the Cardinals left anymore?
If they had Murray, yes, they can win more games. Obviously, quarterback with his talent, they can win some more games.
But he's not playing right now.
Correct. He's not playing right now.
So we're going the current state. Of
right
teams.
now, it just has to be the Cardinals.
Are the
Just
worst
for
team.
me, it's the Cardinals.
They overplayed. They played good. They played well compared to what we expected.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they would have beat the Commanders, and that would have been the biggest upset of the week for sure. Nobody expected the Cardinals. Everyone was saying
they have no motivation to win too.
For
they
me,
have
it's the
the least
Bears.
amount of talent and the least amount of motivation to win.
For me, it's the Bears. The Bears on both sides of the ball look horrible. Cardinals, at least they have a solid defense.
At
They were
case, we're
playing
looking
hard.
about look horrible. Giants are the worst team, like D-Man was saying.
I could just say that about the Bears. I'm not a big fan of Fields. You could say it's a coaching. You could say it's just how they're building that team. I mean, yes, we know that Fields is a dynamic player.
Yeah.
Do you
But
want
can he
him,
throw the ball?
Do you want him to run, which is all we've been really seeing? And quarterback, you want them to throw the ball.
Right.
You want them to throw the ball. So I'm gonna say this about Lamar Jackson. Since his MVP season, it's been down. Why? A, he probably want to get paid, and B, he stopped.
It's
He
not
really stopped running.
sustainable. It's not
He
sustainable.
really stopped running, and when he started running a lot
It's
more,
a short career.
he was getting injured.
Yeah.
And you want that money, he want a guaranteed contract, and it's not going to work. So just for me, he feels he pick one or the other. In running, it's not going to get you far. We've seen like it's shortens your career for real.
For real.
Look at Cam Newton.
Yeah.
As great as he was, he piled up a
But
lot
he
of
could
injuries.
throw the ball.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, I'm saying as great as he was, he piled up a lot of injuries, and it's because he was running a lot. And you got to pick one or the other. And if you're gonna be a quarterback, I prefer you to throw the ball. And if we're paying you that much money, you got to throw the ball.
Okay, who would you pick? Fields or Joshua Dobbs?
Oh, I pick Fields, obviously, but I'm just saying in general on the Bears. I'm just saying. I'm saying for
No,
sure. The
Bears are
Cardinals-
still one of the worst teams in
No,
the NFL.
no, they are.
But
They are.
Cardinals are
No,
the worst
no,
team
no,
in
no,
NFL.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying, as far as Fields, as talented he is, their team needs to be more structured for sure.
As a whole.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
you can't have the guy being your leading rusher. And,
Yeah.
and
Your quarterback literally doing it.
you can't do that. You
Yeah.
can't have him doing it
Yeah.
all.
So whose defense is better, Arizona's or the Bears?
Who didn't even have Arizona
Well,
left? Buda Baker.
They gave away Roquan last year to the.
Bears got two linebackers that were decent.
They gave him away to
They
the
just
Ravens.
they just got
But I'm asking who has the better defense? Who looked better last Sunday? Was it
but
the
we're
Bears?
talking about week
Who
one.
looked better? I mean
Or
The
Arizona.
Cardinals look better.
Yeah, the Cardinals look better on defense.
They have a better defense.
You can't say that off of 1 week though.
You want to ask the worst team currently right now after week one? I'm going to say it's the Cardinals.
I'm still
Yeah.
saying the Cardinals.
I'm saying the Bears.
That's fine.
I'm not a Bears hater. For me, I think going down the stretch, I think we're gonna see this Bears team continue to lose week after week because their starting quarterback plays just as good as a backup QB. Can't throw the ball. They just traded for DJ Moore, who's supposed
He's
to
running for his life out
they
there.
were supposed to help this offense. They have
Let's not act like
the-
DJ Moore is an elite
but
receiver.
they still traded for him to help this offense.
Yeah.
They got Darnell Mooney on the other side. They have Herbert, which I'm a Herbert fan, but their offensive line stinks. their defense is atrocious. Like it's just garbage. Like, come on, dude. Like at the end, for me, I think we're gonna at least see Arizona win 1 or 2 games, but I don't think we're gonna see the Bears win anything, and it's gonna because Justin Fields cannot
So
throw
you're
the
saying they're
ball.
gonna go 0-17?
I don't. Maybe not 0-17. Maybe they win a couple, but they're not gonna. They're gonna.
So the same that
they're-
you said that
I-
Arizona's
they're
gonna
gonna
win.
I'm gonna
do
say this:
worse.
the Bears will win more games than the Cardinals.
I believe so too.
But how many wins is that? Let's say the Cardinals have
It's gonna be a 1 game difference, really. Come on.
probably maybe
But-
2 at the most. But and that's not a good look for Fields either, though.
But top to bottom, I don't see how you could say the Cardinals are a better team than the Bears on paper.
On paper, but we'll see. I mean, coming up week 2, who did the Bears play this week? Actually, hold on. Well, while we're doing that, read the chat.
You said no, top to bottom. You think the Bears are better? I mean, you think the Cardinals are better top to bottom on paper than the Bears?
D-Man said that the Bears made the Packers look better.
That's crazy.
Which is probably true. That the Packers had it was like a 4th and 8 or something like that, and I think Aaron Jones caught it
Yeah.
at the backfield.
I'm not.
and took it for like 4
I'm not
something
saying. I'm
yards.
not saying the Bears aren't horrible.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying the Cardinals are worse. That's all
So
I'm saying.
this is the next games, the next couple games for the Bears. They got they're playing at Tampa Bay this weekend.
Loss.
They're playing the Chiefs
Loss.
in Kansas City.
Definitely. Blowout.
They got
loss.
the Broncos at home,
Mm,
and then they play the Commanders on the road.
They might win one of the last 2 games. Or those last 2 games, but
You think they beat the Washington Redskins
Who,
the
the Bears?
Broncos.
or the Broncos?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bears. You think they beat the Broncos?
Could.
Yeah, any game is Sunday, man.
Yeah. Those are beatable teams. It's not like
All right. Well, you guys heard it. These 2 guys got Arizona Cardinals, and I got the Chicago Bears being the worst team in the NFL.
you and D-Man got the Bears.
What's popping? What's next, man?
All right, man. So, whole point of NFL season, we're going to the Super Bowl. After week 1, which 2 teams will be headliners?
Ooh, this is that way too early
Predictions.
prediction. Yep. So I'll kick this one off, man. After week 1, I'm probably gonna be a little bit biased here.
I think all 3 of us are.
All right, so if it ain't your Niners,
Okay, I like that.
Niners,
Okay. But I really do believe this
yeah.
is the Niners.
No. I'm just saying, if it ain't your Niners,
we have a legit reason to
no,
believe
hey,
that.
hey, we can go all day about our team.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it's not the Niners, who would you pick?
Out of all the teams right now, obviously, I think on the AFC side, just
with
based
Miami and the
just
Chiefs.
just based off of week
Miami
1.
look good.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
In
Miami.
a shootout though, against,
Yeah.
but it's
But
really
it's just
good.
Mahomes. It's
Yeah.
just hard. They're gonna get it together. And
That's
Kelsey's back,
if Tua can stay,
and that's a big if. That's a
if
big
Tua
if.
can stay healthy, Miami can go. They can go far.
They can go far.
I would have picked the Jets honestly if
Yeah,
Rodgers was in it.
Rodgers,
Obviously, he's
yeah.
hurt 4 plays into his season. But if Tua can stay healthy, that Miami team,
I'm gonna still pick the Chiefs.
yeah. And
Yeah.
even though they lost, it's still the Chiefs. I'm not gonna. As
It's
long as
still
they have
Mahomes in the playoffs.
I'm not gonna.
They've been to every
Yeah.
AFC Championship game.
As long as they have Mahomes and Reed, they,
I would
they,
say-
they can do it.
I would say Cowboys versus Miami in the Super Bowl, just based off of week 1 play right now.
I just
he
don't
jinxed
want to
them
say
already.
Cowboys, but Cowboys and the Chiefs probably. If not the, but I do believe it's going to be the Niners.
I'm
winning
the
the
only
Super
reason
Bowl.
why I'm not saying the Chiefs is because if you looked at that Chiefs play after losing Tyreek, who besides Kelsey on that
But let's
team?
not act like he just not won the Super Bowl without Tyreek though.
No, but
He did.
I'm just saying who on that team right now can actually step up
It,
and help this
but
team
it
out?
does it really matter if Kelsey's there?
See when
matters.
Tyreek Hill
How does
left,
it matter? Because they won with just Kelsey.
No, I'm saying if Kelsey's not there,
But
like,
it's not going to matter because Kelsey will
Hey,
be there.
I was one of the first person to say, "Hey, with Tyreek gone, he's not going to win nothing. He's not going to win it."
And what did he do?
And he won it. And hey, I was like, "Damn!" But then Tyreek still balled out when he was on Miami
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, he still showed
And
he was a
Mahomes
different.
still won a Super Bowl without him. So I'm just like, "Damn, those are 2 great players. They were on the same team that won Super
Yeah.
Bowl together." I mean, imagine if they stood together. Obviously,
way more.
exactly. But my thing is, as dynamic as Tyreek is, and he's only making that team better now on the Dolphins. They got great play calling
Yeah.
over there, and then he's not. They're not. They did not miss a beat on Sunday.
The thing though is that time, Mahomes had all these great weapons, but it also allowed him to mature while still being successful. Now he's a more mature quarterback.
And he had no weapons last year, really.
Yeah, and
he
still won.
Yeah, you have to know
distributing.
Kelsey's the tight end, one of the greatest
Yeah.
to go down.
And he's going to be there this
Yeah.
season. And let's not act like he's going to be there play this week. Damn near, he's practicing already. So, I mean,
Yeah, but
I like the
why is that
Dolphins
a
pick.
question? Why is that a question though? Because we know Kelsey is going to be there.
we don't know that for sure. How do you?
We don't know
that for sure?
anybody's going to be playing for sure, but we're going with. We could assume Kelsey will
but
be healthy.
without Kelsey being there, you see the product on
But
the
that's
field.
just going hypothetical.
No, but
though.
I'm saying it's not a hypothetical because we've seen what happens when Kelsey's not there. Who was able to step up? Yeah, you got Kadarius Toney.
If you want to say
but
that, then
Kadarius-
don't say
Miami
it.
without
But you
Tua.
gotta
No,
Say
but
false.
I'm saying you got Kadarius Toney, who you guys picked up from the Giants, but he can't stay healthy. And then obviously he had a very bad week last week. Maybe he steps up this week. But again, you're supposed to have Sky Moore, who was supposed to step up in a major role, who didn't step up when he needed to.
Can Miami win without Tua?
They-
If we're
they won
going
the-
that, if we're going that
no,
route,
they won some games, yes, but all they've been the
can
playoffs
they?
still. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we're
can they
going
win it
that
all?
route,
No.
if we're going that route, why are we taking Kelsey out of the equation when he's on the team?
He was out last week. All I'm saying is without
This
Kelsey,
is the playoffs, though. We're talking
without-
about going to
with-
the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, without Kelsey on that field last week, they did not look like a Chiefs team that we're used to seeing. That's all I'm saying. Is that there was no.
I
role,
just
there
don't
was
get
no,
the
there
question
was
though
no
when we're
role
talking
player.
about Super Bowl.
There
We're
was
not
no
talking about
role
next.
player. There was no role player there to help this team out. With Kelsey on the field, somebody else has to step it up.
But he will be on the
I
field.
do not
in the
believe.
playoffs.
I do not believe that this Chiefs team is gonna make it back to the Super Bowl.
No, that's fine. So
I'm
who
not-
you pick? You picked the Cowboys.
You
and
picked the Miami.
Pick Cowboys.
Miami's a good
Alright.
point. I mean, I can see Miami making it too. I just can't doubt Mahomes, man.
Mostert was looking decent. I mean,
I like the Miami pick. I'm not far off the Bengals either.
I mean,
And
Mostert.
all those teams will play each other in the playoffs.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Man, I don't honestly from the NFC. I'm not-
I don't
gonna
want
pick the
to. I
Cowboys.
hate the Cowboys, but I'll probably have
Eagles are up for grabs on that one.
Yeah.
Easily to get back.
to. It really is the Niners, but since we can't be biased,
Yeah, it's gonna be biased.
yeah. Well, it's not even being biased though. Unbiased. Niners is a legitimate pick for the Super Bowl. You can't say they're not.
No, I'm not saying they're not. I mean, I love my team to death, obviously, but
It's not even a loved team though. They literally, you could
no,
literally say they're the best.
They're one of the top teams from
Yeah.
on paper and on the field.
And on the field. And they're playing like
everybody's
it.
top position. They're
Yeah.
playing hard.
We
Like,
made a supposed Steelers team
That everybody was picking to
look-
beat the Niners,
look-
by the way.
look horrible.
Yeah.
Like I told George this past Sunday when we I thought the Steelers would put up a bigger fight. We went into their home and literally dogged them. From that game, it felt like to me like that team has a bad taste in their mouth on how the season ended.
Yeah.
And they're just done. They're just ready to just whoever's in their way. I feel bad for them. They're on a mission this year. I think.
Yeah,
just,
they are.
just to get back.
They're
and
blowing
show
out
them.
team. We've been heartbroken so many times with close games. I literally think they're on a mission where they're just gonna try to blow out every team they face.
Yeah, no. So Damien said that Chiefs eliminated in the second round to a starving Miami team. Same with the Ravens and no Andrews, definitely. And then he said, wait, he picked the Cowboys. He said, "You okay, Billy?" Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I tried to like.
I'm okay. He
I have
said
to
he,
go with the
Jose
Niners.
said with not picking the Niners again. This is a way too early prediction.
I mean, I got not the Cowboys. They have a great defense, just
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
squad in general.
But
it's just
Dak is
he
going to
makes
Dak.
a
Like
lot
what
of
I said
mistakes.
last week. Dak is going to Dak.
He makes a lot of mistakes for how much they pay the guy, for how much control he has on that offense.
And let's not act like they're not physical enough to hang with the Niners team.
Oh no, that defense is definitely.
Their
physical enough.
defense is physical,
Their-
but I'm
their
talking about
defense is great.
their team overall. Their defense is top notch. Look what they did even last year in the divisional
Their
round.
kicker last year missed so many kicks in the playoffs.
But
they
we
got
were-
rid of him.
We're physical on both sides of the ball, though, and that takes a toll. Remember that stat where every team that played the Niners lost the next week.
The Cowboys don't have to be that physical though. With a defense
They
playing like
do.
that,
They do.
Remember the Ravens? Remember the Ravens
They were-
defense?
did-
Did their offense have to be all that?
You talking about once in a lifetime generation defense?
I'm just
though.
saying.
It's Dak. We're
Just
talking
saying.
about Dak Prescott.
Well, the reason why I say Dak, the past 2 playoff games they lost, I was the 99ers.
Pretty.
But he has been
Dak's not going to be able to make the
sole
plays on our
reason
defense.
why they lost.
Yeah.
2 years ago, he didn't do that.
It's
That
because our
quarterback
defense is too physical for him.
Last year in the playoffs, he threw too many picks.
They're not going to be able to run the ball. Yeah, Tony, you could say, oh, Tony Pollard got hurt in the second quarter.
In
Blah,
the
blah, blah.
first half, he didn't do
They
much.
weren't doing
So,
shit
it didn't
anyways.
matter.
They're not going to be able to run the ball. Dak's going to throw picks. He's going to either get sacked or fold and throw picks.
So like last week, we talked about the Cowboys
Yeah.
being Super Bowl contenders, and I said that they'll make the playoffs.
And let's not act like
I just don't think Dak will get him
yeah. And that
to that point.
and that Dallas Cowboys defense played great. They had a great game plan. They played great the whole game. But
Yeah.
let's not act like when Brock Purdy needed to make plays, he made plays. And when we needed to punch it in, we punched it in. We made plays when we needed to.
That they could have won the game. And how everybody always says it, whoever turns the ball over more. And Dak turned the ball over more.
Dak's proven that's what he does when in big games.
So just for me, like I said, Cowboys are a
Yeah.
playoff team. And then, like last week when we said how far are they Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah.
I don't think they are. They'll make the
They're-
playoffs.
They're
Just
soft.
don't make-
Their
never make that far.
defense is not soft, but the whole team in general, their offense, Dak is soft. They have no heart.
They've had one of the best O lines for years with
For
Dak.
years.
Yeah.
They're giving him weapons after weapons. Now their defense is stacked on defense, and they still can't go nowhere.
And you could say they have less weapons in 2021. They don't have Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, you can see CeeDee Lamb's a better receiver than he was 2 years ago, but Brandon, like he said last year, stop saying they added Brandon Cook.
Yeah, and now he's injured.
Now he's injured.
Yeah.
MCL sprain or something wrong with his knee. But hey, I mean, like I said,
Again, it was just a way too early prediction based off of week 1. What I seen, that defense could carry this
To maybe the championship,
this
but
Cowboys
I don't see them beat the Niners.
this Cowboys team far into the playoffs, man. But that Miami team, as long as Tua can stay healthy without taking any more concussions,
That's a big if.
I mean, it's not a big if.
It is a big if.
Not a big if.
and they're gonna get Ramsey back.
How's it not a big if? He got hurt like 3 times last season.
Well, it was the way he was falling.
Yeah. And who's to say he's not? I mean, he's damn near 1 concussion away of retiring.
That's possible, but I mean, that offensive line actually was
For one game
was pretty decent
against the Chargers defense.
I mean, they had Joey Bosa. I mean, they were limited in Mr. Bosa all game.
Like I said, Chargers could have all the
Yeah.
talent, and they
But Joey
always prove when
so
they
Joey
choke.
Bosa is one of those like you know what I'm saying, like he's one of those types of players that makes his way to the quarterback. It don't matter what offensive line he's playing against. He's gonna make his way to the quarterback. But they were able to limit Mr. Bosa, and Tua was able to do what he did, and him and Tyreek had a fucking field day with that Chargers defense.
Let's not overreact off of one game.
It's not an overreaction. I mean, I really like that Chargers defense. I really like what they got out there. I like Asante Samuel.
The
Jr.,
same one
man.
that allowed a comeback from the Jacksonville Jaguars that you hate.
I hate
that
Jacksonville.
Diggs is trash, but they literally blew a 24-0 lead in the
No,
playoffs.
they did. They definitely did that. But I really do like Asante Samuel Jr., Joey Bosa. Like they got.
But let's not act like
they
they
got
haven't
players.
given up a lot of points before.
Oh no, they have, but they can still hang with the best of them. But and they can get to the quarterback. They can get to the quarterback. But Tua was able to do what he did. Able to take those bumps, fall correctly. So I mean, there was some change this year, but again, we got a long season. We still got 17 games
Yeah.
to go. So
I mean, they were the beginning of last year. They were the talk of the town.
hey, as long as
Tua stays healthy,
as long as Tua continues
big
to give me
if.
my points, I don't care. What's up, man? You guys good? Let's get to this next one.
All right. So we keep saying football is bad. So after this week 1, who are the top 5 defenses in the league?
Top 5.
Obviously, Cowboys skunked them, so you gotta go with them
Niners, Cowboys, top 2.
for sure.
Browns.
Browns.
Browns are in there. I mean, they I
Jets.
don't know if Burrow just looking sluggish because his injury came off, but that whole
They
team
did that
got-
last year. Let's not forget they did that last season where Browns defense scored 3 touchdowns and won the game.
We talked
When
about
just-
that, but I just
Yeah.
you held Burrow got paid
Yeah.
200 million like 4 days before this game, and he goes out there and throws less than 90 yards. Like that Browns team just wrapped him up.
Yeah.
Like
but-
literally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they showed signs of it last year, so I
for
believe
sure,
in them. I think they're legit.
Cowboys,
defense.
Niners,
Browns,
Jets. I mean,
Saints.
They made Allen look pedestrian out there.
Yeah.
And I know I missed a topic on Allen to regress or not, but you can say he probably took a step. I'm not gonna say he took a step back. He's still a gunslinger, man, and that's what gunslingers do. They're willing to take the risk. But I mean, to throw 3 interceptions and the safety got them all deep. One guy got 3
Yeah.
in one game, and the safety of all people, like, come on. So Jets for sure, and then and Saleh obviously used to be on the Niners, and that team plays hard. So
Truly. Very top.
who else? So that's 4.
I'll take one.
So that's 4. Who's the 5th?
I'm say Saints. I still think Saints defense is legit.
Didn't they lose? Oh,
No, they won. They beat the
No.
Titans.
So they lost a player. I want to say no, I know it was the
It's not
Saints.
Cam Jordan, right?
No, I
Okay.
think no, it was the Saints that lost Cam Howard.
No, the
No,
Steelers lost
yeah,
Cam
yeah,
Hayward.
my
Yeah.
fault.
No, but they got Cam Jordan on
Yeah,
the defense
yeah.
end. That's one of their main
Yeah, they
guys.
look good.
Marshawn Lattimore. Their defense has always been legit. Last year they were legit defense. They just had no offense.
And hey, the Saints look good.
Yeah.
They got Carr over
I would
there.
say they would probably be the 5th one I put in. I'd say Niners 1, Cowboys 2. That's interchangeable. You can make an argument for Cowboys just the way they played. 3 the Jets, 4 the Browns, and 5 the Saints. That's what I got.
I'm not gonna argue any of those 5 except for the Saints. I'm trying to figure out maybe who had a better game.
Who could you think
Patriots?
of?
I'm trying to
Patriots,
think.
yeah, that's a good one. too.
It was hard too. They were to stop the Eagles.
The Eagles.
But I mean, they had obviously Bill Belichick, man. He had a good second half.
Yeah, Belichick's one of the
adjustments.
best defenses.
Man,
in
his
the-
adjustments are
NFL,
crazy
yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, but that Patriots defense is, it's always good, and I think that they earned.
They're all well coached.
They very well earned themselves a top 5 spot because what they did to Philadelphia, who's obviously what happened last night.
So let's talk about this. Who's better, Cowboys or Niners defense?
That's a good question.
We'll find out week 5. We'll find out week 5 for sure.
Yes, I like it.
Offensive plays to be simpler.
Damien said that Cowboys also changed all their offensive plays to be simpler.
I just think they'll, and I mean, like I said, they're still a top 2 defense. But what they did with the Giants isn't. It's a lot of it also was, like I said, block field goal, a fumble that turned into a pick 6. Like those are stuff that you need to have go your way. So it's not gonna like they're gonna be doing that every single week.
But
No,
they still had
correct.
it done.
They still got that, and they're still a great
we're not-
defense.
We're not knocking them.
I'm
I mean,
not
obviously
knocking them
there's-
for the
yeah.
defense, but it's not like they're gonna be like that every week.
And they
the
did it-
Niners just had the same defense dominant performance, 3 and out every time. Yeah, they gave up 1 drive, but other than that, they were 3 and out, 3 and outs. They had 1 yard leading up to with a few minutes left in the second quarter. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of that shit came into garbage time anyway too.
yeah.
The touchdown happened. I mean, we could have had a shutout. We could have pitched a shutout, but what was the second half? Finally, they ended up getting a score.
No, end of the first half. It was that last play, like the last 2
Yeah,
minutes. Yeah,
You're right.
95 yards, a penalty too.
But to pitch a
Illinois.
shutout in the NFL,
It's great, yeah.
it's hard to do.
Which is why
and
you
then,
can't.
And
knock-
then to win 40-0 at the end of the day to last year, that same teams out there, it was a playoff team.
Playoff team, yeah.
But look, if you look at top to bottom, you could say it's tied on the defensive line. They got a great defensive line. So do we. Linebacker core, we for sure by miles. It's the Niners, and they got a better secondary. But we also got all pros on every level. They don't have all pros on every level.
Facts.
They ended up getting Steven traded signed Stephen Gilmore.
Yeah.
I mean, fire for sure.
So this is the thing that we just talked about this last week about the Cowboys, how they'll look great,
And
Again,
beat up on bad teams.
beat up on a bad team, and then a week or two later, they get
Once they face the real
they
good
get ran
teams.
through, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's okay because they just won 40-0 a week ago." Like, no, like Honestly, that offense didn't look that great. Yeah, Pollard had a good game, but just Dak looked off. We talked about Dak already, but he just looked off. He was missing CD on a couple throws, and I mean
We go through this every season. Every season. What happened last season? When they scored like 34 points in the fourth quarter against the Colts, and everybody was like, "Man, that Dallas offense is crazy." And what did they do in the playoffs when they played the real team like the Niners? Get shut to score 12 points.
It's definitely week 5 is definitely be a great game.
Yeah, it is.
We'll find out. We'll find out then. I mean, again, for me though, yeah, Giants were a playoff team, but also I've never been high on the Giants. They look like shit. They don't got no receivers. They got Saquon, but Saquon they made Saquon fumble. Danny Dimes just he can't throw the ball.
2 things gonna happen week 5. Either A, I'm gonna be rich off these bets. I'm gonna make all these Cowboy fans I know. Or I'll be honest, give me a second job because I'm gonna be broke.
But I mean,
Man.
so we have 49ers 1, Cowboys 2. We got the
we
Jets.
knocked them out.
I got the
2
Browns.
weeks in a row. 2 years in a row.
I got the Browns over the Jets personally.
I could see that too.
And then we got the Jets in either the Patriots or the
Saints.
The Saints. I mean, but yeah, no, the Saints. Yeah, we'll see what happens come Monday because the Saints do have Atlanta, who rushes that ball, and that's all they got.
I was about to say that's all they have.
You got Desmond Ritter, who leaving Kyle Pitts wide open. They got Drake London, who's their top wide receiver, had a goose egg.
Goose egg, yeah, I was like top receiver. Didn't do nothing last week. It was on the Falcons, man. They had an excellent run game.
Excellent.
And I was already high on Algier already from last year. He had a pretty decent season for what was it, fifth round running back.
Yep.
They didn't expect much out of. Still had over 1,000 yards. And I didn't know why they picked Bijan. Obviously, the hype around the guy. He's not a once in a generational life talent, and they still picked the guy. Yeah, he was great in college. I understand all that.
Yeah.
But you already had a running back who just
a lot of people high on him.
They are, and that's great. You just had a running back, also a rookie, who just had 1,000 yards. On a team that wasn't that great. Yeah. Bunch of rookies. And we've seen it, obviously last week, just 1 week, first week of the year. They both, Bijan and Algier did great. They both did great. But Algier didn't, have a decline. He had a couple more carries. He had more yards. Obviously, 2 touchdowns. Bijan had 1. Bijan, I think he caught a ball for
that
touchdown.
one where he did that.
And he broke a tackle
and
juked like 2 or 3 guys. And he got some moves. I see why he was a top pick. I just me. They did for a team with a bunch of last year with Desmond Ritter being a rookie. You had London being a rookie. A young team. You could have picked a different piece.
Yeah.
Pass rush or
offensive line or D line.
Yeah. Something. You know what I'm saying?
Something that really helped the team.
Really helped the team.
Yeah.
For years to come.
I get that.
For years to come.
Yeah.
A top tackle or a guard for years to come to help your quarterback.
And that's one of the reasons why Falcons ain't been relevant in a while.
So they did a thing last week, to the Panther squad. So we'll see how that team performs throughout the season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm not sold on Desmond Ritter. It's just me.
No, I'm not. He's trash.
You guys seen the picture that I posted, right?
Look at Pitts, man. I mean,
you seen the picture I posted of Pitts wide open
on
the field, nobody around him. Literally,
I had him on fantasy last year.
Literally nobody around Kyle Pitts wide open with his hands like this. Give me the ball. It's just like, bro, he's not what they expected.
If that team underperforms, I think Pitts will be gone mid-season. It's just somebody else will throw out
there's going to be a lot.
2/3 or something like that.
He went from Florida where he had the record for 2 touchdowns every game.
There's going to be a lot of
no touchdowns.
He's a great talent.
Career.
Oh yeah.
You can put him at.
He broke the record.
You can put him at
for consecutive touchdowns a game.
Oh, in college?
Yeah, college. Then he has no touchdowns.
You can put him at receiver in some teams, and he'd be your number 2.
There's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks coming out of college this next season. I mean, most likely Shador Sanders is going to come out. You got Caleb Williams most likely going to come out depending on the team and the franchise. But not just them, man. You got Ewins from Texas who's fired.
Same.
You got Buddy from Notre Dame. I forget his name. I know for sure he's coming out, and it's that Brock Purdy-esque type of quarterback where He has like 4 or 5 thousand reps in college. He was supposed to come out last season. Um, Somebody made a comment to him like, "Wouldn't it be dope for you to be on Notre Dame?" So he hit the transfer portal, went to Notre Dame, and now he's balling out of control for Notre Dame. Again, a he's a solid NFL ready quarterback that is on that Brock Purdy wave where you play every year in college. You've got all these reps, so he'll be able to come into a team and just come in and be able to handle the pressure. Like so. So again, Atlanta has options. Desmond Ritter's not it. They're gonna have to consistently rely on this run game between Algier and Bijan, and obviously we knew who the better running back was last week, and it was Algier. So all you Algier fantasy owners, you got one. Bijan went first round for a lot of people in a lot of fantasy drafts, and I mean, he's elusive as fuck. I mean, he can do things that a lot of people can't do, but
It's not act like he's a Saquon or Derek. Like
no,
yeah.
but I mean,
to be seen for
very
sure.
To be seen, yeah.
I mean, he's
yeah.
got the flashes.
I'm not knocking how good he is.
Yeah.
I just think that the
I'm
Falcons
just saying,
team
like,
didn't need him.
Saquon made an
Yeah, no.
impact as soon as he got drafted.
correct.
Yeah, something like that. That's a generational type of running back talent.
So I'm not knocking him. It's just a lot of people thought the hype around the guy, but just the Falcons. I don't think they needed him at this moment.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree. A pass rusher
for
or
a team
offensive
that's
lineman
rebuilding,
would have done wonders for them.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
need something on defense.
Yeah.
They definitely need something on defense. But
Next
yeah,
topic.
the next topic is I think we're done with these topics.
What we got,
So
Callie?
we're getting back to the roots of this channel, fantasy football. So what are the top matchups?
Top matchups in fantasy football. Look, this is gonna be super unconventional, right? But if you need a quarterback this week and you need to stream something, like I was saying earlier, for me, my personal opinion on who the worst team is the Bears.
I was about to say the same with Arizona.
Tampa Bay is playing the Bears this week. Baker Mayfield has a fire matchup. He has two of the top wide receivers in the league, in Godwin and Evans. They got a decent run game. I feel like Baker Mayfield is going to at least go for 3 touchdowns. There was a report that came out today that the Bears defensive coordinator is away from the team. He is gone for personal reasons, and there's no timetable on his return. Head coach is actually going to be taking over the play calling for the defense. So I believe that if you need a quarterback, Baker Mayfield's on waivers. Possibly you got him, as a backup. I feel like he's somebody to start against that Bears defense.
I better call him on Twitter. Let's piggyback off the Baker Mayfield pick. He didn't look too bad. On Twitter, I forget. I just read a little thing on someone posted that he just had bad luck of the draw when on the Browns when he was over there.
Yeah, I mean it was the Browns at that time.
And we said it before. Certain franchises when you get drafted could hurt your career for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that was for sure one of them. He had the coach. What was his name? I seen a rerun of it.
The black Hugh Jackson,
Was it Hugh?
Yeah,
Jackson?
yeah,
it was.
Hugh Jackson,
Yeah.
who went 1 for 33, 2 in
pretty
2
much
seasons.
just hard as hell on him, treating
Yeah.
him like BS. It just
Embarrassed him in the Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I was saying, I saw a rerun of Hard Knocks, and he just embarrassed him, and
When they put Tyrod Taylor.
so maybe obviously he went
and
little stint last year.
Baker did good in his first rookie season. I mean, he brought the Bears to the playoffs.
Little comeback games here and there.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the fresh breath there that he needed.
Yeah.
New squad.
And look what happened with the Rams last season. He had that
He came in
crazy game.
on a random Tuesday,
Same
and beat
night,
his game on
yeah,
a Thursday.
damn near, something like that.
He was there
Yeah.
for like 36 hours and,
Yeah.
and beat them. Who did they?
I forgot who it was.
The Raiders, I think it was.
Raiders, yeah, it was
Yeah.
Raiders.
The
Yeah, he came
Raiders.
back, scored 2
Come
touchdowns,
on.
2 touchdowns in fourth quarter or
So,
something like that.
Maybe the fresh breath there that the man needed. And
Thanks, D-Man.
But
Appreciate
he's
it.
also he's also coming into a Tampa Bay team that's 2 year removed from a Super Bowl, that still has the same
have a-
players. They got a good
Yeah,
defense.
Mike Evans,
They have a
Godwin.
good
There's
squad.
Still got
there's
a
still
solid
weapons.
offensive line.
Winnable ass
Yeah.
division. You know, they're not gonna
I
ask
think it's
him a
just
lot.
the narrative on him. You know, the memes about him. Throwing that horrible pass in training camp probably didn't help too.
So like I don't know
Yeah.
those exact fantasy points. I'm gonna say it's around 15, 16 the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can get me around 20 for a quarterback,
that scored at
if I can
consistently.
stream you,
Yeah.
That's this week,
that's perfect.
and that is this week.
That's perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
And in my league, in the TIYF league, we have the 6 point passing league. So
Okay.
it's so we get that couple extra.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that he hits like 23, maybe 24 in the TIYF league, and that gives you like around 20 in a regular league that has the 4 point passing touchdown. So again, and when I posted that actually in the TIYF chat this week, I said Baker Mayfield is gonna go for 23, 24. Ant was like, something about stop playing. I'm like, bro, we're in the 6 point passing league.
Yeah.
They're playing the Bears. I mean, it's not like rocket science. Baker looked good last week.
and it sucks because fantasy wise, like I have Dak, I have Lamar, and I have Allen in our league. They all got me less than 10 points.
Yeah,
And these are high picks.
high picks.
High picks.
I had
Yeah, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, guys who are on waivers getting you more.
15 points.
You know, and here the game.
Mac Jones, 30.
2 of those games I lost 1 by 4, 1 by 8. Like my dude, like just give me a touchdown and then some extra yards and I win.
Yeah.
But I pick you for that reason, and you give me less than 10 points. You know, and that's a killer.
Yeah.
For
Look at me.
those specific quarterbacks I just mentioned, I'm expecting 20 points plus.
I got Burrow.
And you give me less. Burrow, I think he got
So I
like
have
4
Burrow
points.
too. He
Yeah.
got like 3
You know,
points.
so whatever league you're
basically,
in, you
or
got
4, yeah.
between
Yeah.
2 to 5 points in certain leagues.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, like, come on.
Yeah.
And Burrow's between fourth and higher, maybe fifth, maybe the lowest.
Yeah.
You know, round people are drafting them. So like, and these guys are coming off waivers.
Off of
Getting you-
waivers.
It depends on what
some
league.
good points.
Depending on your
They
points
give you,
system
they
between
give you
15
enough
and 20
points to actually be in contention
Yeah.
to get a win.
So I say if you can get around 20 points from a streaming quarterback,
For
that's
sure.
beyond great.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm telling you, Baker, for me, one of those top ones. And another one, Derek Carr against the Panthers. Yes, the Panthers, they played Atlanta last week. So you take whatever is they're telling you for a grain of salt, man, or with a grain of salt, because this Panthers defense is not all that good. They just lost their top cornerback, I think Horn or whatever. He's on IR. Derek Carr, he has Olave, he got Thomas, he got Jamal Williams, he got Shaheed. I mean, he got some players, man, and Derek Carr's a good stream this week on Monday night. So, I mean,
I don't know if where I saw it was on Twitter or NFL, wherever I saw it on, where Carr went to the huddle on the last drive, well before that last ball.
Twitter. I seen it on Twitter.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
give it to
Shaheed.
Sheik. Hey, you're gonna go deep. Let's go."
That's why I grabbed Shaheed.
And pretty much just slinging the ball to him. I think it was like 50-yard, 60-yard pass.
That was the reason
and
why.
that was the game winner.
That was the
you
reason
know?
why I went and grabbed Shaheed off the waivers. Because look, when a quarterback does that, when a quarterback goes and you see the film, quarterback's talking straight to the receiver saying, just go. He has all the belief in the world
Yeah, that's true.
in this wide receiver. He's looking for him. Shaheed had like
With the
six,
game on the
he
line
had
too.
6 targets, you know what I'm saying? And I picked up Shaheed. I'm most like, for me personally on my team, I'm most likely going to start him over Pickens. Pickens is going against the Browns. We'll talk about that later, but I'm most likely going to start Shaheed, and that's me for me on my team over Pickens. But again, Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield. I mean, these guys got some. They're playing against some more sorrier defenses than most quarterbacks.
Josh
you know what I'm
Allen against
saying?
the Raiders.
I don't know.
You
know
don't think
about
so?
that.
I feel bad for Raiders, honestly.
I think they're really gonna
For
come
bad.
back mad, play mad. Yeah,
Hey, for as bad, it's that one game
Yeah.
that you don't want to play as a
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah,
For as
exactly.
bad as he did on a Monday night,
I think he's gonna
you
come
do
back
not
with a
wanna play in
vengeance
the
against
following week.
Raiders.
'Cause
Yeah,
now
that's what I was about to say. We were just
he's
talking about
gonna-
that
He's
too
just
earlier.
gonna light you up.
Yeah,
He's gonna
That's
go
what I'm
for
saying.
400 some yards. You see Diggs, but 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's the game.
I believe that's gonna happen
Yeah, I believe
too.
it too. If
Yeah.
it don't, hey, shout out to the Raiders if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
for sure.
hey, that's the one game, and it's like
That's
the Raiders, and the Raider fans, they know it. They see it already.
Right.
As much as you believe in your team, you know Allen's gonna come in there and
Right.
really sling that rock.
As much
He's
shit
gonna
I
be
talked
pissed.
about Allen, yeah, I
Oh,
believe that's
yeah.
gonna happen.
Who do you guys got as potential top matchups for this week?
Top matchups. Well, there's 2 Monday night games. They don't nobody knows.
There is
2
two
Monday
You
Monday
night
talking about
games.
matchup just 2 teams? Or?
No, a matchup
Oh,
for
fantasy.
fantasy.
Oh,
fantasy
fantasy.
wise,
Okay,
like,
gotcha. That's what I was like.
Yeah, we'll get predictions towards the end, but those will be we're gonna be doing some rapid fire predictions this week.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to get you guys as fan. I mean, you guys can listen to Mr. 50 Point over here. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't looking at the lineups off the top of my head right now, but man, these tight ends is going crazy this week. Hawkinson started on Thursday. I think it's gonna be a tight end week.
I was gonna say
I think it's gonna be a tight end week. Andrews is back. Kelsey is back. You might see Kittle go off.
I think Debo's gonna go off. I got Debo.
Debo's playing the Rams, and he owns that
he
team.
owns
Well,
that team.
but you also got Kittle, who also gets in the end zone against.
The Rams.
Shit, I hope that
Rams.
happens. I got Kittle. But
I have Kittle.
I'm
I
gonna say
think
now.
I think
it's
Debo's gonna be the one that goes off.
No, he does.
yeah,
I just
against
think,
the Rams.
I think it's a tight end week, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, Andrews is back. Kelsey
That's
is
my
back.
matchup.
We just see Hawkinson go off for 20-something points in fantasy. So if you guys have tight ends, pick the right one.
Kelsey should be
The
back
other
too.
one, so the other one is Dalton Kincaid against this Raiders team.
There you go.
Look,
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, they had the same amount of targets, but Dalton Kincaid looked way better. Dalton Kincaid is the rookie tight end with Buffalo Bills. He is a solid tight end, and I picked him up already, man. I actually drafted him in both leagues. I like this kid, man. He's not a pass blocker. He's more of a receiving tight end, and kid is fire. Kid is good. Played very well against the Jets. So I mean, again, yeah, no Kittle. You got Kittle against the Rams. You got Kincaid against Las Vegas Raiders. Again, the Las Vegas Raiders are not good against tight ends at all. Never have. And Damien says that's why it's hard to take a player from the Niners. Anyone can go off, especially with Purdy and his confidence.
True.
Yes. No, Debo, I think Debo's going to have a good game, but I still think Ayuk is the one that's going to get into the end zone. Ayuk is still going to have a solid ass game. They're going to look, the Rams are still going to. Ayuk did what he did last week, but Debo is still going to get those double teams. Still going to be hard for Debo.
I think they're gonna run. They're gonna run Debo more too.
It's going to be between
that team
Kittle
is
and
too.
Ayuk.
My boy Firemuth gonna go off too.
Firemuth.
My boy Deontay Johnson's hurt, so he more targets for Firemuth over
But they're
there.
going against the Browns.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I
Hey,
think it's
all
tight
right.
ends week.
Speaking of that, my defensive streams of this week are the Browns and the Bucks.
What's that mean?
My
What's
number
defense?
one.
Was that the transition?
What's
Are we
defense
moving
is
to
true?
that?
No, oh shit! Hold on, my bad. No, hold on, my bad. No.
Hey, my number one is gonna be the Texans.
What's defense streams?
Texas.
My bad.
Yeah,
We'll
Texas
get there.
defense. Oh no, too late. Texas defense
All right, switch it.
versus the Colts. Only because Richardson's a rookie. He's on the road for his first rookie
What's
game.
this defensive stream?
You don't know what a defensive stream is? When you go, so for me, I stream my defense every week. Like I don't.
So people just stick like the Cowboys. They got you
or the
33 points.
49ers.
Yeah, you had that team the whole year until the bye week. You pick a different team.
Oh, okay,
Like some guys, like at least myself, I'll pick a different team every week
gotcha.
because every week is obviously a different matchup. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been like that for years.
so just for me, it'd be, yeah, people gonna say, oh, whoever plays, people picking up the Giants because obviously they're playing against the Cardinals, which is fine. You can do that all week. Whoever's playing
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Cardinals,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how you feel. But me personally, I'm just gonna pick the Texans only because they're playing against Richardson, rookie quarterback.
And I
And
picked,
he's on his first road game.
I
That's
And,
just me.
and D'Amico.
I got the
too, he's
Browns.
good.
Correct.
I got the Browns because they're playing the Steelers. With that offense looks horrible, and what the Browns
Yeah.
did last week to Cincinnati, I feel like that's gonna transit. That momentum carries into.
I'm gonna take the
week
Saints
two.
over the Panthers then.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. Exactly.
There you
That's that.
Yeah. There
you go.
Again, that's totally fine. You got the but the Bucks again. They're playing the Bears with that,
Yeah.
and so again for me it's the Browns and the Bucks. Those are my defensive streams of the week. we got the Saints over here, and then we got Houston
Texans.
Texans over
Yeah,
here.
D-man, let's not act like Browns showed flashes of elite defensive play last season. So it's not like it's just 1 week.
Cowboys against Wilson, yes, please.
Yeah,
Definitely
that
buy.
one too. I was
Well,
going to do
yeah,
that.
but
No,
yeah.
Cowboys but I just thought that was too obvious.
Yeah, well, that's on a streaming defense.
Yeah,
Because people,
yeah, what you described as I couldn't go Cowboys.
I see
against-
people pick the Cowboys in
Yeah.
a lot of leagues I've been in 9th round, 10th round.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
hell high. But that's
Yeah.
because obviously
Yeah.
they see what
But
they
they
can
are
do.
the matchup with
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is very favorable for
Yeah,
the Cowboys
yeah.
defense.
So
yeah.
when we talk about streaming defenses, Damien, we're talking about those people like me and Jose, where we pick the matchups each week. I don't continuously hold on to a defense all season long because I like to play the matchups. So that's how I go about it with my defenses, and I've been like that again for forever. Ever since I've been playing this, I don't stick to just one defense unless I got the 49ers. Then the only time that I put the 49ers on the bench is on the bye week. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
it's not that. Because like, let's say, for instance, you pick the Niners or the Cowboys, a top defense.
Yeah.
You know they're going to give you, let's say,
Week in and week out.
8
solid,
to
yeah.
10 points.
Yeah.
But this other team, I know for a fact they might give me
Yeah.
a pick 6
Yeah.
or 2 because that team has a backup quarterback, or this team just not doing that well on the road.
Right.
So that team's gonna give me
Just a
15,
matchup.
15. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
gonna give me more. They're
Or
gonna give
even
me more
Thursday-
points that week.
Thursday night football is also a key thing too.
Short week.
Yeah, short week. A lot of teams
Yeah.
play sloppy on Thursday night.
Yeah, so make sure you have the 49ers. But a lot of people have the 49ers next week. People drafted. I mean, you got people drafting the 49ers like round 9, round 10. So
That's tough, D-man.
The Jets, yeah. The Jets, yeah.
They scored 20. I had the Jets in my other league. They scored 20 points for me.
I had the Jets also going. I'm starting.
Oh yeah, 'cause
I'm
they got
starting
that.
them
They got
against the
that punt return
Cowboys.
for the touchdown. That's right.
I'm starting against the Cowboys. The offense didn't do much
Yeah.
against the Giants. So
D-man, just hope for like a 13-3 game.
I was actually talking to Damien last night. I was telling him to pick up the Bucks, even Denver.
no, Denver's good. They lost to the Raiders, yeah, but I mean they're still good defense.
Yeah.
Denver's playing a weak ass team this week too. I forget who they're playing,
All right, what's next?
but they
Yeah.
are playing. The Denver Broncos are playing the Washington Redskins this week.
Mm.
So that's why I was saying-
Commanders.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're going back to the Redskins. But yeah,
I
man.
don't think they ever will.
No, I think they're going. They're changing. They're
No,
changing
did
their
you-
name though.
Yeah, no, did
Yeah.
you
For a
see-
third time.
Yeah.
because they got new owners,
Well,
and
yeah.
the owners
There's the
actually.
Redskins,
So,
then the Washington team.
so there was a
and then now the
group
Commanders.
of
They're
Native
gonna have like
Americans.
a vote.
There was a group of Native
Gosh.
Americans that came out and said they wanted to go back to
The
the Redskins.
Redskins. Yeah.
All
come on.
that-
I swear
all
to God,
that-
bro. Yes.
Man,
Yes.
Bro, it's Daniel Snyder. He's
after
horrible.
after all those years of
He was-
protesting,
he was,
against
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Because it's Snyder.
What's up? What's next?
All right. So
That was one hell
y'all
of a
put me in,
transition.
coach. Who we starting this week?
Ooh, who we starting? I like it, man. The starts of the week. Who we starting? Look, I know that he may be injured. And I know that he's going against a really good defense. But you got to start Puka.
All right, so George hit
I'm
the
not
Puka,
starting
the Puka
anybody in
guy
the Rams.
on the Rams.
Yes.
He hit him last week. All right, I'm not going for 2 in a row on that one. No,
Stafford's
against the
not.
Niners,
Stafford's
stop
not
it.
going to have time to throw the
Not
ball.
against the
Yeah.
Niners, man. Stop it.
He's going to get
They
you
had the
10
best
points.
pass defense last
He's
year.
going to get you 10 points.
Stop it. Yeah, and like
One of the
PPR,
best.
he get 1 point a catch.
Yeah.
Like 10 catches for like
He's going to get like 3
28
targets.
yards.
Stafford's not even be able to get the ball to him.
It's got all games. And you gonna say Puka against Niners? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm saying, hey, you don't believe me now, but
Hey, if you got him off waivers, great.
Puka-
don't start him this week. Start
But
him next week. Do
look
not,
it,
do not
man.
start him this week.
Puka plays football
Just
like
like
Cooper
Kyron
Kupp.
Williams. If you spent the whole bag on Kyron Williams, you got him off waivers. I'm happy for you.
That was me.
I'm happy for you. But
That
do
was
not.
me.
But do not.
But I didn't
but do
spend
not start him this
120
week.
on him. Somebody spent.
That's
somebody
great.
dropped
That's
120
great. I'm
on
just
him in
saying.
my league.
If you got him, that's great. But do not start him this week.
Oh, I'm starting him. 10 points, bro. That's all I need. The next person that probably needs to be started again. Talking about tight ends. If you don't have a good tight end and you got this person on your bench, start Kincaid. Kincaid against the Raiders, I feel like he's gonna have a better game than Dawson Knox. Raiders again, to my point earlier, is they are not good against tight ends. Kincaid is a very solid rookie tight end, man. So start Kincaid. Um, you ain't gotta listen to me about Puka, but when Puka goes off, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just I will come back next week and talk my shit, and then obviously if I was wrong, these guys are gonna chop me up.
My number one would be Ramondre Stevenson,
Ooh,
Patriots.
ooh.
Last week, he wasn't feeling that great. Missed a lot of practices. He came in against a hot Eagles, team from last year. He caught all 6 of his passes. Yards wise, wasn't that great. I said, but hey, they're going against Miami, and if it's gonna be a shootout, look for him to get a lot of passes late in the game. And he's been known. I think last year he caught almost 60 passes, so he can do it in the passing game and the run game. So look for him to get anywhere between 15 to 20 easily.
Speaking of that game, there's that other person that is on that Miami team. You better start this kid, Waddle. Yes, they are going to do what they can to limit Tyreek.
Yeah.
But when they go do that,
Double team him, you have to.
Who's
One
not
man's gonna be
starting
on.
Waddle though?
hey,
Correct. You're correct.
Like
correct.
he's a starter anyways.
Correct.
hey, no, but after last week, some people
Yeah.
probably like are like, oh, gonna chill. I mean, there's always those people out there that'll like bench Waddle just because of the product.
matchup.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that happened last week. But Tyreek Evans, man, obviously he's gonna get those double teams. Things are gonna happen for Tyreek that's gonna leave Waddle open. And don't forget,
Tyreek
man.
Hill. You said Tyreek Evans, my boy. Anyways.
My bad, my bad. You know, you know what I'm talking about. But again, make sure that he's in your starting lineup, man. He's for sure gonna have a good one. But yeah, no, for me, again, Kincaid. You got your Cars, your Baker Mayfields, man. Make sure go pick those players up. I'm telling you, Carr or Baker Mayfield, they're gonna have great games, dude.
Yeah, Carr should have a great game against the Panthers. I agree.
Yeah,
He better.
I know, right?
no,
They
he
just put
definitely is.
Horn on IR, the corner. So I mean, do
All
something
right,
on that.
so let me ask this question real quick while we're on the put me in, coach. Is it Justice Hill or is it Gus Edwards?
Hey, you talking about the Ravens backfield right now? After Dobbins,
Oh yeah,
after
after
Dobbins
Dobbins
got
was out.
hurt
Man,
once
poor-
again.
What
Poor
poor
guy.
man, poor Dobbins. He
Yeah.
just got back
No,
from.
poor me. Fuck me, man, because I fucking drafted him 2 years in a row. and it fucked me over twice, bro. Fuck.
It just got
He's on my
back.
shit list now.
So Justice Hill got
Maybe
the
they'll
goal
start
he-
Lamar. Lamar will be the running back.
see Justice Hill got the goal line look. He had, I think it was a touchdown off the goal line, which is fine. But it's
That's
hard,
it.
man. When you have, it's just like in the Jalen Hurts situation, you have a dynamic quarterback. The goal line wants to run it himself.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick that running back. And the Dolphins got hurt. They're in the same situation they were in last year. Who's the running back? It's a running back carousel over there now.
Yeah.
You don't know. And they might bring somebody back.
Lamar Jackson.
Very true. So now he might have to step it up now.
Yeah.
They had brought back, what was it?
But
Melvin Gordon off the practice squad or something like that to come back
Gus
again. Hey, they talking about all these other people. I mean, it's hard. Look for them to for sure trade for a running back after all these running
That's
back
what I was
injuries.
saying in the group chat, man. Because I'm seeing now that the Ravens lost J.K. There's a big interest in getting JT, and I mean
yeah.
they might just overspend what they need to overspend on to go get JT. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Ravens are a good team, and they need a run game. I mean, look at what happened last week with Lamar Jackson.
But
last year,
I say Gus Edwards between the two.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have Gus Edwards. I picked up Gus Edwards. I also picked up
More.
Hill if
You
Edwards
picked him
wasn't
up in
available.
fantasy family because I got him.
I'm just saying in other leagues. I'm just saying I picked up either or. I would go Gus Edwards for sure.
I drafted Gus because I already kind of knew.
But 2 years ago, also he was hurt. That's why it's just that team has a running back carousel for sure.
Oh yeah.
So look for them either this year to make a trade or next year to pick a running back. coming out of college who's healthy as ever. It's that team cannot stay healthy at one of the main positions in the NFL.
Yeah.
Think Odell's gonna have a good game against P2?
Against who?
Patrick Peterson.
Oh, Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
I've never been behind Patrick Peterson in my life. He used to get burned when he was on the Cardinals.
Look, I'll tell you like this: not with Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews on the field. I don't think Odell. Again, he's older. He's coming off of two ACLs. He is. He's not the Odell from the Giants anymore. He's not Odell from the Rams when he signed. He's an older man. You got again Zay Flowers. He fucking bloomed last week. Like he literally showed the NFL world what he can do, what he's made of. You know what I'm saying? Like he did what he had to do last week. So, and you're getting Mark Andrews back, the actual top target. So I
Yeah.
feel like between those two players, Odell may
One-on-one coverage.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He may have a chance, but again, Zay Flowers is getting open. Mark Andrews is gonna get open.
I think they brought in Odell just to help out the receiving corps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To kind of mentor them, show them the ropes a little bit. You know, I think they kind of need that. Also,
Okay.
Obviously they have Rashad Bateman,
Rashad.
and
He's
they
injured.
picked Zay Flowers. I think they just needed, obviously, older guy coming in.
Needed the vet to come in.
Pretty much. That's
Yeah.
what I think. I think that's what he's there for.
He might get a couple catches in. He might get a touchdown. But again, at the end of the day, you're gonna see Zay Flowers go crazy on the field because of what he's doing. They're using him kind of like how they use Tyreek in Miami. He's the motion man. He's getting open like Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? He's fast. He's quick. He's doing it all. Shout out to Zay Flowers. I did have him. I did trade him. I ended up getting cut.
So they're supposed to have Andrews back this week, so look for them to open the playbook up a little more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it sucks to the run game, obviously Dobbs got hurt, but look for in that passing game for sure. Andrews open up the middle of the field. Well, he's in the middle of the field, but you can open it up more for everybody else.
Again, tight end week, man. You got
Andrews. That's why I'm thinking tight end week.
It's not National Tight End Week, guys. We gotta wait till week 9.
And I think it's just after that it's gonna be
it's going
tight
crazy.
ends. So you have wide receiver one started not getting much.
Yeah, you think that
tight ends
George
gonna go
Kittle?
off.
You think George Kittle and Kelsey are gonna be like, oh damn, Hawk did that? Like you think they're gonna be like, don't play me? Like, come on, bro. You know it's gonna pop off.
Purdy's gonna give to whoever's having open.
He's gonna go crazy on Kittle because you know what I'm saying.
I hope so. I got him on my team.
Again, these are tier one tight ends.
I just really think Debo is gonna be the one
Kelce-
that's gonna
Kelsey,
take over
Andrews,
that game.
Kittle, and Hawkinson. Hawk goes crazy like that. All three of these tight ends are gonna go crazy. So if you got these, if you got all three of these, go crazy with it, man. Let's get to the
What's
next.
next?
All right, so doing a full 180, we're gonna go Pine Time. Who you sitting?
Pine time. Who you sitting, yo? Oh,
Any receiver on the Jets, Garrett Wilson.
nah.
You don't think Garrett Wilson's gonna have a good game?
I think he's gonna get into the end zone.
Dude,
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will. Jets might
Offensive
have,
I
for a
drafted
reason.
Garrett Wilson so high in 2 leagues.
bro. Has to
Hey.
intercept the interception just to get a touchdown.
Yeah. So when Rodgers went down,
Dude,
I
that's one team.
put my head down so fast as I knew I couldn't even trade. I can't even trade Wilson right now. For what am I
Yeah.
getting it back for?
Yeah, and he's going up.
Nothing.
It's
I'm
got
gonna get low ball so
you got
fast.
you got 2 great corners.
Oh man.
He's not gonna find any daylight. He's gonna be the double covered every single time.
Damien said AJ Brown.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
No, so for real, look, I'm gonna say this. Sit George Pickens. I got him in both leagues. Sit George Pickens.
That's a good call.
See that?
Sit Georgie. He ain't doing nothing against that Browns.
Miles Garrett's gonna eat.
Oh, for sure. You see him doing the little
Grim Reaper.
Nah, he ain't do the Grim Reaper. He was doing it through the legs, bro.
Yeah.
He's playing basketball on the football field, bro.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, sit Najee, sit Pickens.
Any Steelers offense. Same
Not
with the
not
Jets,
not Freiermuth. Not Freiermuth. That Browns defense they are coming to play this year. They look fantastic.
I
Uh,
can't even think of a person to sit right now who would get you nothing that you expected a whole lot out
if you
of.
got sit Justin Fields. Don't play Justin Fields. He's not doing nothing against the Bucks. Um,
I'm
he,
gonna say sit Aaron Jones, coming off a hamstring injury.
he's not playing. He's out.
He's out. He's
He's
definitely
out.
out. They said.
Yeah, he's out.
I'm gonna
I
say
don't think
sit
he's out.
Akers, bro. I think they're gonna do a lot of screen
Sit
passes. And
any Rams player. Don't start any of them.
Start Kyrie.
Stop it.
they're gonna do.
Start Kyrie.
I'm gonna tell you what the Rams are gonna do. They're gonna do a lot of bootlegs the whole game. Their running game's not gonna do anything on this Niners defense.
Yeah, no, but Aaron Jones is out. It's AJ Dillon.
Sit the
week.
Giants offense.
It's AJ Dillon.
I don't
week.
know. They're playing the Cardinals, so maybe Saquon could have something.
Yeah, see, I just see right now Jones missed today's practice. I thought he was coming back at least to walk
Eckler's
it or something.
Jones out. Eckler's out. I forgot. Start Josh Kelly. Yeah, they're playing the Titans, but yeah, Josh Kelly's gonna have a good day. Sit Mike Williams. Sit Mike Williams. If you're playing Mike fucking Williams, sit Mike Williams. If you got Mike Williams, try to trade him. Get that trade off. Try to do something now while you still can. Find that one dumb person in your league and trade Mike Williams to his ass. Big him up. Talk. You better hit your group chat and be like, "Hey man, Mike Williams is such a fucking badass wide receiver. I would hate to lose him, but I need to trade him. You know what I'm saying? Play it off. Sell him.
No,
Get rid of him.
Giants play the Niners next week.
Get him out of here, bro. I'm telling you, get him off. Bye, Mike Williams.
I've never been
Next
a
Thursday.
big fan of Mike Williams. The dude, he got a big contract. He'll have like one good game and then 4 in a row is nothing. He got hurt last week. I think in the second quarter, I was like, there it is. He's already gone. There it is. He came back, but that's just his MO. He gets hurt a whole lot, and he looked okay last week. But here we go. People will start him, and he'll get you 4 points, or he'll get you 0. He'll get you 1 catch, and that catch he'll get hurt, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
It's great you drafted him. I just can't trust him in my lineup at all. At all. No, I just can't.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
No, for sure. Oh, also, man, make sure you're sitting Tyler Higbee. Yeah, we said tight end's gonna have a good week, blah blah blah, but
Not against.
not Higbee. I will tell you that right now. The 49ers are really good against tight ends.
You got Fred Warner
Shout out to
covering.
Fred Warner over
Yeah,
there.
Fred
All-pro
Warner, best
Fred.
coverage
All pro
linebacker in
Fred.
NFL.
Other than that, man, I think that's all I got.
Let's move on to the games, right? Hey, pull up that record, Callie.
We got one more. You guys want to?
Oh, we got one more? My bad.
It's the sit-em. I mean, not the sit-em. What do we got?
We got
I
the
forgot.
final pickup.
Oh, yeah, final pickup. Who you guys got? That again? All right, I got this one real quick. I'm gonna leave this one off.
You take that one.
Baker,
I have no room to talk.
Baker. Carr, Joshua Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are some players that you need to pick up. Defensive wise, the Texans, the Browns, the Bucks, Denver's defense.
Yeah.
If you stream, those are some great stream options. Luke Musgrave for the Green Bay Packers, rookie tight end. Again, we're going back to the tight end conversation. Fire pickup. If you guys got them in your waivers, pick these players up, man.
I think Denver's defense
Robert
was overlooked. last
Robert Woods. Look, yes, I know I'm saying Robert Woods. He's an older gentleman now playing on Houston, but he had 10 targets. He had 10 targets last week. That is what you want from a player that is on your bench, is getting these targets. Yeah, he may not be a starter, but you want a player like that on your bench because he's getting the targets. You know what I'm saying? So something like that, man. Obviously, I know everybody probably already fucking spent their fab money, did blah 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 on Puka, on Kyron. If Swift was out there, people put Swift. I don't think that there's any real any good running backs right now. Everybody probably picked him up. But again, that's what I got for the final pickup, man. So if you guys
I'm
can
gonna
get any of
say
those players,
for the pickup of the week. Well, I didn't think it'd be so significant until the past couple of days. Obviously, waivers was on on Wednesday, but lead up to now is the Kelly pickup. Only because I didn't think that Eckler would actually miss the game.
he's gonna be missing too.
So let's say it's a bad ankle, and that can linger all season.
Yeah, you can.
All season. You think it's right? You can go out there, and tweak it again. So it
Facts.
wraps you up the wrong way. It's gone again. Another game or two missed.
Joshua Kelly's actually
And
start, though.
so if you got Kelly, you're not dropping the rest of the season because you know he's going to be up there
96 yards last week with Eckler in the
with,
game.
with him in the game. So if you picked up Kelly and you got him for low on the waivers or low on the fab, hey, shout out to you because you might be going far this season.
For sure.
And if you already had him as your backup, on your bench because you had him as a handcuff, shout out to you for being smart. It's just like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's real. I mean, to get him off waivers, a potential RB1 now the rest of the season. If Eckler misses multiple games and you can just plug him in and you know you're gonna get 15 plus points every time. Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
And we know those Chargers weapons are fragile.
Man.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, but again, they still got Quentin Johnston, man. They got Joshua Palmer. So I mean, yeah, if they got Mike Williams and Keenan Allen go down, don't get me wrong, they still got weapons over there in LA. So
see, like I have Bijan in one league, and I picked up Algier as a handcuff. I picked up Algier just in a couple leagues without having Bijan, but that's why I always want. If you pick up running back, your top running back, round one, you always got to have a handcuff. Always. Just in case he goes down, you have him. And I've seen Kelly in all the leagues sitting on almost all the waivers, and I thought to myself, don't even look at him because Eckler's not going to get hurt. First game, the guy gets hurt. I'm like, man, I couldn't believe it, and I didn't want to blow my fab on him. I was like, Eckler's not a big injury, and I look back, I'm like, man, I should have just spent some money on it because now it looks like the smartest pickup of the season right now if anybody has him.
Joshua Kelly for sure. I picked up Kyron.
So you don't want to blow $1 million on some scrub. That's fine.
I picked up Kyron 85. But see the thing is, man, with Kyron, man, he looked good. He looked really good. He looks like a real running back. And to get him for 85, I'm happy with it. Somebody blew 120 in my league, and Damien's point. Too bad I'm in a nightmare league.
All right, Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Hey, fast. We gotta pick these teams fast.
Yeah, we got this. Let's go. Just
don't even talk about it.
Wait, put that record up first.
All right.
Yeah, what's the record? All right.
Vic over here whooping everybody's ass on pickings from last week.
It's those every lone wolf pick I went.
Well, yeah. So we got these predictions coming up.
Hey, see how they doing this Monday night game when they had two? I wish they do that.
Bro, why are they
Well,
like?
Oh yeah, they did that. They used to do that.
They did it last year on opening week.
They do that every season.
They did it on opening week last year. In the past
it
two
was at 4:30 and then 7:30. But this one is like an hour apart.
Yeah.
I just wish they did it every Monday.
4:30 and 5:30 instead of Thursday.
Well, hey, they can do that too. Take away Thursday night games and put
two
on Monday every Monday. That works with me.
4:30.
All right.
7:30.
So records for last week: Vic got 11 out of 4.
Let's go.
11 4. Billy 6-9.
Nice.
Snitch.
Jose 8-7. And then I actually got an 8-7 myself.
Nice.
Copy
Above
your
average
ass.
is how I do it.
I can get a long season, yo.
All right, let's go through these picks.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. We got Green Bay at Atlanta.
Green Bay at Atlanta.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay.
I'm gonna go Atlanta. I'm
Atlanta.
gonna go Atlanta and just run down the throat. Simple as that.
Call it out, Pop.
What you got?
The next one.
Well, what he got too? He's part of it.
Oh yeah. Who you got? Now you gotta pick Green Bay, Atlanta.
He'll pick him in. All right, and we got Las Vegas Raiders
Buffalo.
at Buffalo.
We already talked about why.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody got. I got Buffalo. The next one after that, we got Baltimore at
I
Cincinnati.
think Cincinnati's gonna have a comeback game with
I got
the
Cincinnati.
Baltimore.
Same thing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go Cincy.
Even though they're one of my 9.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The next game after that, we got Seattle at Detroit. Detroit.
I'm going Detroit.
Like I said, I don't
Detroit.
believe in Seattle, Detroit.
I'm going
Yeah,
Detroit.
I've kept that. I said that before.
Scroll down, scroll down. All right, after that, we got Los Angeles Chargers at the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah. Tennessee let me down last week. I have to go with the Chargers.
I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. Next up, Chicago at Tampa Bay.
Tampa
Give me
Bay.
Tampa Bay.
all day,
Tampa
yo.
Bay.
Man, these mismatches this week.
Then we got Kansas City at Jacksonville.
KC, boy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
KC. Kelsey's playing, right?
Kelsey's playing.
Yep,
KC.
Next up, the Colts versus the Texans.
Texans.
Battle of the mids. I'll take the Texans.
I'm
I like
going
D'Amico.
Give me the Colts.
I like Anthony Richardson, but I like D'Amico.
Give me
I'll
the
take
Colts.
Texans.
I like the product that I seen on the field.
Let's go. I already skip SF.
Niners all day.
Yeah.
Here we
Oh wait,
go.
Kelly, you gotta pick the last like.
He can do his little rundown for me when we get off. We'll end it with my boy Callie over here.
Yeah. Next up, scroll down. We got SF at Rams. Everybody got Rams. After that, we got the. Everybody got the 49ers.
Well, I was like, whoa, wait.
The next up after that, we got Giants at the Arizona Cardinals.
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah. I'll
You
take
lose
the
40-0.
Giants.
You better win
Yeah.
the next
I'll take
game.
the
You better win your
Giants.
next game.
After
And
that,
the Cardinals, stop it.
Jets at Dallas. Give me the Jets.
I like the upset. I
I'm
like
taking
it. I
Jets.
like it.
I'll take Dallas then. If y'all want to take, I'll take Dallas.
That's fine. Scroll
Oh.
down.
I'm gonna go Dallas.
You going Dallas?
Yeah, I'll go Dallas.
2
At their
Dallas,
home.
1 Jets. All right. Next up, we got Washington at Denver. Give me Denver on that one.
Washington.
Shoot,
I've been
that's
high-
a
I've been
hard
high on
one.
them.
That's a hard
All
one.
season Washington.
I know you
and
have
they
to.
got
You gotta stick with it.
They got Chase coming back after a year.
Oh yeah, Chase Young is back.
Is he's playing?
Yeah,
He's playing.
Oh yeah, I'll take Washington then.
I'm going with Denver still. They need to get this win.
We
I
got
think.
Miami at New England.
Yeah, I got Miami.
I'm gonna say New England.
Oh no, I got to take Miami. I got 2 in.
It's
well on
rare
the
that
squad.
coach loses 2 in a row. He ain't gonna lose 2 in a row at home. I tell you that.
This is a high-powered Miami offense. Go down to the 2 Monday night games. First matchup, we got New Orleans at Carolina.
Who that?
Saints.
New
Who
Orleans.
that?
New Orleans.
Backs. And next up, Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
I'm just gonna make it interesting. I'll pick Pittsburgh.
Ew.
I like
the
the pick,
Browns.
but I'm picking the Browns.
Yeah. I'll make it
Browns.
interesting since I feel like I've been picking
Top
all the
defensive
favorites.
stream of the week, the Browns. Remember that. Go pick them up.
All right, Kelly, who
That's
you
it.
got?
I'll give you guys a chance to catch up.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Kelly?
So who you got? Go ahead, name them all off.
So I got Packers. Oh,
Yeah, scroll up a little bit.
He's got it. That's the first game.
Oh, is it?
just
Yeah.
quick pick in for me. Sorry. So I'm taking Packers over the Falcons. I'm taking Raiders over the Bills. Ravens over the Bengals. I got Lions over the Seahawks. Colts over Texans. Jaguars over
Chargers.
Chiefs. Oh, did I say that?
Where you at? Oh, you're way down there. You forgot the Charger. Yeah.
Chargers, Tennessee,
Chargers, Tennessee.
Chicago, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was getting to. Did we skip some for you guys?
No.
No, you're good.
Okay. So I got Tampa over Bears. I got Titans over Chargers. Giants over Cardinals. Niners over Rams. Jets over Cowboys. I want Washington over Broncos.
Okay.
Patriots over the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He just copied my picks.
Uh-huh.
Panthers
it.
over the Saints.
were even too.
And then Steelers over the
Come on, my picks
All right,
last
How
week.
about KC over Jackson?
KC, Jacksonville.
Yeah, you missed that one.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I got Chiefs over
And
Jaguars.
And then he said he got the Texans over the Colts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, man. Is that all we got for tonight?
That's it.
That's what we got.
All
Hey,
right,
D-Man, did you like us doing the rapid fire or breaking down the games?
We got those rapid fires,
Rapid
boy.
fire.
But yeah, man. That's it for TIYF presents Game Time.
Thanks for joining us. Shout out to D-Man for
great. It was a
sticking
great
with us.
podcast tonight, man.
A little longer than usual, but hey, it was week
Yeah.
1. We had to run down,
Yeah,
everything.
football's back. We just
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We
had a lot to talk about.
Again, this is your boy Billy F. Gates, aka Stephen Billy Beeman.
Slick Vic.
Game time.
Fantasy Guru.
You already know what's up, man. We out of here. Peace. Niners. Let's go.
Let's go.